Hi, this is the Maverick artist Victor Hugo reporting modern art gonzo journalism for the modern art music movement. It is February 19th, 2026, where I am in the former Soviet Union near the border with Russia, Turkey, Armenia, and Azerbaijan, where my guest Stephen Kelley is in the USA, California. It is February 18th, 2026. And just a reminder for those tuning in for the first time, my job is not to be politically correct. It is to witness, observe, analyze, and document the beautiful chaos that surrounds us all so that future generations can understand how we got to this moment in time where I am scratching my head and asking myself this question with the newly released Epstein files. Why is there no mention of the Getty family or the Getty Museum? And I figured there's no one better to ask that question to than the person who sparked Occupy Getty, Stephen Kelley. Can you answer that question, please, sir? What's going on?
Well, first of all, uh, hi. Welcome back from the dead. Yeah.
Yeah,
and 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 yeah, okay, just before I go any further, Gordon Getty is in those documents. Okay, we're going to
good.
talk about that because
Okay,
and here's the thing, because I've been sick, I mean this crap makes me sick. I've been sick since 1990 and it can't get any more sick. And it's almost like all the crap I've been going through this since whatever 1987 trying to expose this stuff. How much more do we need to expose? And and yet, even with all the information that's out there in front of everyone's face, they still can't see the forest for the trees. I mean, I feel I feel back in when I first found out about this stuff, I felt like a damn island, and here I feel like an island again because I feel like, oh my God, I'm the only one in the world that knows what the hell is going on. Everyone, all these so-called intelligent humans out there, 8 billion of them or whatever, all they see is pedophilia. They don't see what's going on here. They can't put it all together. I mean, sure, they're starting to get the Moloch and the Baal and the Goyim this and the Goyim that, and you know, Mossad and CIA and NSA, and they even got to cannibalism and stuff, but they just haven't figured it out. They still, it's like I hear people saying, wow, that Jeffrey Epstein guy, he sure was well connected. He sure he sure knew a lot of powerful people. Those powerful people sure like to hang. They almost like little girls or screwing children or something. They just haven't figured it out. All right. And we'll get back to Getty because Getty, of course, is number one. I mean, it always will be number one, and we'll explain that. And Getty and this Epstein crap explains it really well. But point is, nobody sees the mafia. They see these little tidbits. It's like logic. If you studied logic and the Greek, how logic was developed and all that, A equals B, there and B equals C, therefore A equals C. Okay, but nobody gets it. They just haven't put it all together, all in one damn thing. You know what they have, kind of, if you cut to the chase, and I went through this a long time ago with the when I was trying to figure out what was going on. And so when I got involved with the CIA and the NSA and all that crap, and I tried to follow it up the damn or down the rabbit hole or see what the hell was at the top of the pyramid, because, it's like one day they're saying, oh, it's the Bilderbergers, oh, it's the Vatican, oh, it's the Mossad, oh, it's Israel, oh, it's this, oh, it's Khazar, oh, it's Mafia, whatever. Ultimately, when you get to the tip of the damn thing, it's this thing that they call Satan. Okay? Call it what you want. Don't believe in it if you don't want to believe in it. But there's this thing that these people that do this crap that control the world believe in. And historically, it goes back to, the flood, post flood. You could go back to Nimrod. Okay. Nimrod is a couple generations after Noah, and he's the one that started all this underground occult crap. I mean, it was going on heavy before the flood, but then after the flood, he was a king and he resurrected this. They also called him Gilgamesh. but son of Osiris, all this crap. But he started all this crap, and the bottom line is that you got guys like Rothschild just the other day or last week, couple weeks ago, come out to the world and says flat out they are of the lineage of Nimrod. They go all the way back to Nimrod. They claim Nimrod. It's just like you've got Jeffrey Epstein coming out and say, we worship Baal. The people go, okay, Baal, Moloch, what is all this stuff? They don't quite get it. It's just like in the West, they say Satan, Lucifer. They don't quite get it. They don't know the difference between these different entities. Then there's Lilith. What the hell is Lilith? Then there's Sophia, and on and on and on. People trying to explain all these things, they just don't get it. Even now in history, you get these guys that are coming out and trying to say, oh, yeah, well, this Baal worship goes back to Babylon. It goes back to the Canaanites. It goes back to this or that. Nobody says Phoenicia. Nobody says Phoenicians. Nobody says Melqart. Phoenicians go back 6,000 years BC. They started all this crap, okay? Carthage, Lebanon, Phoenicia, all these, these different countries, Babylon, Syria, Assyria, they all came later, okay? Moloch and Baal are variations of Melqart, which is Hercules. City of Tyre was dedicated to that stuff. This is what they're hiding. It's just like they're hiding Lilith. They don't want to talk about the female nature of this demon entity, who is actually Sophia, who is part of creation. It's just, but again, Gnostics, don't talk to Gnostics. But the bottom line is that this Satanism, if for lack of a better word, this worship of Melqart, this worship of Osiris and Nimrod and whatever occultic crap that they brought over from pre-flood, which involved human sacrifice, child sex, bestiality, all that fun stuff, torture, that never went away. It's thousands of years old. It goes all the way back to the flood and beyond. And now, here it is, in front of all our faces, in every little aspect and detail, and yet people don't see the whole thing. But there's a reason for all this, and that is because, yeah, Getty, Occupy the Getty, my work, we are winning, okay? There's a reason for that. This didn't all just happen, and we're not all alive just by accident to witness all this crap and get sickened by all this crap and see all this crap. This is the end of the world as we know it. And within weeks or days, in fact, it's already started, they're going to bomb the shit out of Iran, and they're going to sink some aircraft carriers, and we're going to be in a full-on nuclear war. And that's exactly what they want, because they know the jig is up. They know that it's only maybe, 300 days or so before the rest of the retarded masses, the 8 billion people out there, wake up and realize what exactly is going on. And here's the thing. This Palantir, all this stuff that's named in the Epstein files, this is one big damn mafia. I've been there in the middle of it, watching it from day one, because I was part of it very, very early in day one. I'm still the guy they wanted to be their king. All right. This is why they don't kill me. People are wondering, why is this guy still alive? Well, there's a good reason for it. But again, like I said, this entity that Epstein was actually not just some flunky of, but a very high-ranking member of. In fact, he was the de facto boss, capo. He was the guy that essentially was the Robert Vesco, who all these retarded people in the world don't even know who Robert Vesco is, but he ran a worldwide mafia, which Epstein took over. Epstein wasn't just well-connected. He ran Intertel, the worldwide mafia. All these other people had to come kiss his ass. And sure, he was Jewish. Of course he was. He was Khazarian. He was Moloch worshiping, whatever you want to call it, Now, this is not condemning all the Jewish people. Sure, there's a lot of guilt out there to go around, but there's plenty plenty of people of that Hebrew heritage that they're not carrying this crap. I mean, these sins are not genetic, but the bottom line is that as far as this Getty stuff is concerned, the world is run by elders. Okay, there's like 12 elders or something like that. They're way up there above everybody. They make all the decisions. They decide who's who's going to be president, who's what. So in other words, and you're asking me about where's Getty in the Epstein files, this is where it is. It was right in the very beginning. There's a guy named Robert Trivers, who's I don't know what you want to call him, an anthropologist, I guess. You know, he's got some funny ideas about genetics, kind of like Gordon Getty does and the rest of these, you know, eugenic types. They have some funny ideas about genetics. You know, Jews in general have funny ideas about genetics. But here's the thing. When Donald Trump was being selected to be president, it was Epstein's idea to do that, to make him president. But before he could do that, he had to get the blessing of Gordon Getty. It's in there. It's in there. And what does Gordon Getty say? Gordon Getty says, no, this guy Trump is insane. He's a maniac. He's a beast. He's an awful person. He's retarded, basically. And I'm paraphrasing, obviously. But and Epstein came back and said, yes, but he's our monster. He's useful to us. He may be a train wreck, but he's our train wreck. And we can throw him under the bus and sacrifice him anytime we want. And because he's such a brutal monster, he'll go out and do brutal monster stuff for us. And when the time comes, we'll throw him under the bus because we own him. So Trump is not the boss. And it's not Netanyahu that's the boss either. It's Epstein. Ehud Barak did not hang out with Epstein because he was Epstein's handler. No. He was paying tribute to the boss. All those Israeli prime ministers, etc., all these different people from these different countries that went to Epstein, it wasn't just that Epstein was the bank, he was the boss. Epstein set up Bitcoin. Epstein set up COVID. Epstein set up Palantir. Epstein set up the internet. Epstein set up all of it. And of course, all of it was stolen because, CIA, which is not even CIA, I mean, it took me years to learn that I wasn't working for the CIA. I was working for the NSA, and it took me even more years to realize it wasn't the NSA, it was the damn Intertel Mafia. But a big clue should have been that the guy that did the recruiting was Don Nixon, the number 2 man in Intertel. And he's the guy that came and said, hey, I want you to do this work for the CIA. And I always thought, who's this Nixon flunky? Why does he get any respect from the CIA people? He's just some flunky nepotism guy. How did I know he was an international hitman working for the international mafia, number 2 man underneath Robert Vesco, number 1 mafioso in the world? I didn't know any of this stuff. I thought he was just a weirdo flunky, but again, like I said, the fact that Epstein, I mean, obviously he's still alive, he's not just a damn pervert. This sex crap is just a hobby that they use. And sure, it's used to bribe people or extort people or force them to do stuff. But at the same time, this is the nature of Satanism. People need to come out and say it's Satanism. And the bottom line, now, when you get back to the Getty, all this crap that, nobody's going to do anything. They're going to bitch and moan, say, oh, we got to throw people in jail. Let's see, I mean, obviously Trump, Elon, Lutnick, you go down the list of them, Bill Gates, every single one of those guys is guilty of murder, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and should be executed. Treason is the least of their crimes. Murder, how many times do they have to commit murder? We know Trump's a murderer. And he's going to go commit mass murder on the world and start World War III to hide the fact. And what are we going to do about it? What are we doing about it? Again, you're the only show that's had me talking about this. You're the only one that's come out and said, gosh, it's like deafening silence. Why is nobody talking about this Getty stuff? I mean, right? 20 something, however many damn years I've been saying this stuff, and now it's all coming out, and everyone's going, oh, wow, QAnon was right. Tinfoil hat people were right. Conspiracy theorists were right. Where is Stephen D. Kelley was right, and I'm still the only one that is right because I'm the only one that can say Intertel. I'm the only one that can say international mafia, and I'm the only one that realizes that Epstein wasn't just some damn pedophile, but the actual boss of everything. I haven't heard that from anybody. That's all. What more can I say? And where it's like, we have these wars with these talking head idiots like Fetzer and whatever, these idiots. Where the hell are all these motherfuckers? Seriously. Why haven't one of these motherfuckers come out? Where in the fuck is Carrie Cassidy? Where's all these Trump motherfuckers? They are so afraid to talk to me. It's just like the damn CIA, NSA. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. And yet it's burning up. And all they can do is start a nuclear war, and we're days away from it. Hell, they're going to put everybody in the country, anybody white collar worker working with a keyboard is going to be out of work in this country within a year. And then are they going to wake up? It's going to be too damn late. They need to do it now. You don't wait until you've been laid off and you're starving before you do something about the people that are causing that to happen. And that's where we're at right now, where people are still out there trying to sell Bitcoin and shit. And Jeffrey Epstein created that shit to keep the money from us because they know we're coming down. So again, we could talk about Epstein forever, or we could realize the quick way to end all this stuff is under the Getty. My God, people still talk about Epstein Island. Look at the damn Getty. It's a million times bigger and worse than Epstein Island. And yet, the deafening silence is insane. And the only thing that's going to stop me from ending them, is World War III. So how many people are going to die before we do something? You think Georgia's going to get screwed? Sorry.
Who?
Georgia. I mean, your country. I mean, it's like, the Soviet Union looks like Soviet Union, excuse me. Russia looks like the safest place to be right now. I swear.
Did you know that there's the former president of the Republic of Georgia, Saakashvili, is on the Epstein file latest release, and also an unknown businessman is on there. And we did a show the other day trying to find out who this person is, and nobody knows who this guy is. He's just a ghost on the internet, but he is on the Epstein file release, one of 6 names. So we're still trying to find out who that is. Another thing I want to point out and just get your take on it. I understand a lot of people believe that Satan exists, that Jesus exists, that God exists. But again, there's a lot of people who don't. And nobody can really say for certain because nobody's really, there's people who say that they've seen Jesus. There's people who say that they've seen God. There's people who say that they've seen Satan, but he's never really come out and give a press release, any of them. Or any kind of so the point that I'm making is these people who do these horrible things in the name of Satan or in the name of Jesus, in the name of whoever, they're still responsible. Like, you can't say the devil made me do it or I lied in the name of Jesus. So unless we have accountability, this is leading culture and mankind in a very dangerous direction. And what I mean is, if it's safer to rape, torture, murder, and eat a baby than it is to say, hey, listen, I'm not sure 6 million Jews died during the Holocaust. Because there's a guy.
It's all the same thing, man. It's all the same thing.
There's a guy right now, a 31-year-old in Australia, who was jailed for 1 year for calling Jews the enemy. He would have been better off literally being on the Epstein file as someone who raped, tortured, murdered, and then ate a baby than saying that the Jews are the enemy. So where do we go from here? Because that's the reality that I'm seeing and that a lot of people are seeing,
Well,
and
it's
that's
so
dangerous.
damn simple, dude. Seriously, and again, I'm so much like a broken. I'm so much like a broken record. I feel like I don't even have to say anything anymore. I could just have recordings, or I could have AI. There could be an AI me now answering all these questions, just regurgitating everything I've already said. And the answer is simple: occupy the Getty. We know what the enemy is. We know what they do. We don't have to sit in a chair and have it proven to us before we need to decide what we're they're already killing us. It doesn't matter what you want to blame it on or what their motives are. Our interest is self-preservation, and that should be it. And the preservation of our species, our culture, our children, et cetera, our earth, our environment, all these things that they're taking away from us, our future welfare. There is no argument about that whatsoever. And that's the other thing which makes me feel really isolated in this world of sub so-called humans, is that nobody has a solution. It's, oh well, this leaf is poisoning this tree. This leaf is poisoning this tree. No, damn it. It's the damn thing in the roots, and the roots is the damn Getty, and that's the control system, the entire damn structure. We don't have to know who's running it. We don't have to know what their religion is. We don't even have to know what their DNA is. All we need to know is how to kill them so that they don't kill us. And the answer is really simple: occupy the Getty. They told me, the enemy told me to my face, you will end us. There's nothing we can do to stop you. We can't kill you. Would you like to share how you're going to do it? I'm doing that with you right now. So, in other words, instead of sitting there going, oh, those fucking Jews, oh, those fucking Somalis, oh, those whatever the stupid thing they're pointing us at one day to the next, we don't need to be pointed at some little genetic thing that's going to be going back and forth. What we do need to point it at is the system, and the system's root is under the damn Getty. It's like right in front of your face. It's never going to go away. They're putting huge amounts of effort into distracting people from this one subject. They'll allow you to talk about anything else. They'll allow you to slam Jews all day and talk about Nazi shit, but will they allow you to talk about the Getty? Fuck no. Will they allow you to talk about me? There's a good reason why you're the only one talking to me. It's because I'm the only one that actually has a solution. Okay? It's easy. We don't, all these idiot subhumans, they don't even have to know why the solution is the solution. They just have to be part of the mob, because that's the only thing the enemy understands is the mob, because they control the mob by filling your head full of bullshit and telling you who to hate. Now, if you focus on the target that I give you, which is actually the enemy will succumb to the mob. The mob is the only thing the enemy fears. They know the mob will never get smart. Forget that. Maybe in 100 years after the enemy is gone, everybody will get smart. But right now, they're too busy being subhumans. And as far as the concept of God or the creator, I don't know. Nikola Tesla, obviously the most intelligent genius that's ever lived, I think, next to a couple of other people, perhaps, flat out said that every bit of his intelligence comes from source. And you'd have to be a fool to argue with Nikola Tesla. It's like people out there want to cling to the flat earth crap. I'm over it. I would rather just tell you all to focus your attention on this one thing so that we can manifest a victory. Like this guy here. Look at his fucking shirt. What the hell is that? Symbology of what? Is that necessary? No. Does that help the mission? No. Does that help anybody? Absolutely not. What does it do? It gives ammo to the enemy. That's all it does. You know what? I started this mission so these bastards would throw me in jail, but will they? Hell no. They won't even mention my name. They call it slander. Let's talk about World War II. 1939, what did they have going on? Germany was filled with pedophilia, child brothels, prostitution, child prostitution, transgenderism, homosexuality, filthy literature that was filled. And we all know who is responsible for that. And it's the exact same thing going on today. And what happened? Half the world rose up because of the protocols, because the protocols spelled it out. And even the protocols took how long? It came out before the Russian Revolution. And then what? Another 100 years passed. And then people finally got angry. You know, they had to have a World War I before people finally got fucking angry. That's where we are right now. The Getty data is the protocols. It's the same thing. It's in your face. It's millions and millions of documents way beyond the protocols. I mean, my God, how much more do you need? You know, I'll just tell you one damn little sick story about whether or not, you know, you believe in Jesus or Satan or whatever. Little girl, one of his victims, is going to bed. She's praying, and Jeffrey Epstein's watching her. And she turns to him and says, I can feel the presence of God. I think Jesus is with me, and he tells me that he's going to protect me. And Epstein's writing a letter to one of his fucking, you know, satanic buddies and says, haha, this silly little girl thought Jesus was going to protect her. Oopsie. You know, what happened to her? You know what? That kind of shit makes me want to make them pay. And that doesn't mean I want to go after 2 or 3 motherfuckers. I wouldn't be happy if just Trump and Elon and Gates and Lutnick and a few guys. I'm going to take down the entire fucking system because you know what? It's not about all these functionaries. I'm going to go after the elders. I'm going to shut down thousands of years of crap. And the only way we do that is we go underground and we start at the one place we actually do that, which is the Getty. Nothing on earth changes until we go underground. This shit's been going on for thousands of years, thousands of fucking years. Okay? And look at, we've got fucking Netanyahu right now bitching, saying that, oh, they're burning statues of Baal. They hate us. We have to fight them. We've been expelled from all these countries. It's not our fault. They hate us. And now, you know, they're coming up with so much bullshit. Now they're going to say all those people in the Epstein list that did all those things were drugged. Epstein gave them mind-altering drugs that made them forget what they were doing. Dragon's trumpet or something like that. They're going to say he was using. Just they're going to make pedophilia okay. It's like Ted Cruz coming out and saying we got to stop attacking the pedophiles. Okay, they're not pedophiles. They're Satanists, and pedophilia is part of their religion. That's all it is. It's just like saying, oh, we gotta stop people eating a host. You know, that's a horrible thing they're doing. It's part of the fucking religion. Pedophilia is part of the religion. Murder is part of the religion. Skinning children alive is part of the religion. Eating them is part of the religion. You know, and it's not just children. It's adults too. All of it's based on this Nimrod crap and Gilgamesh and Osiris, and it all goes back to the resurrecting goddess ceremony, which they do all year, which requires the sacrifice of men, women, and children at different times of the year and different holy days. It's all to celebrate Osiris, because these Satanists, it's not some guy with a pointy tail. It's a woman. Okay? It's a woman. That's just, and you know what? It's part of creation. And so what? And guess what else is part of creation? Us ending this shit. That's part of creation too. All right? Or we could talk about some silly fucking humans. 8 billion humans, but we're going to bitch about the 2% that are controlled by another 2% of them that are controlled by another even smaller percent of them. I say go for the tiny little percent that controls it all, and they're under the fucking Getty. Those are the elders. And we don't take over this world by killing them. We take them over by taking over their control structure, because the control structure must be controlled. To change it, you need to control it. And the only way to control it is with this mission. You take over the Getty. We get the mob to rise up and say, you will now take your orders from us and not some fucking Baal, Moloch BS, because we are stronger than them. Okay? And we got to act stronger than them and stop talking about the stupid crap they want us to talk about. All right? Remember, the crap that I'm not saying is the crap they don't want you to hear. That's why I'm on your show, because all these people are not hearing this, and there's no one else that has the balls or the brains or the guts to actually put me on the air for a few hours. I can't even make videos. Seriously. You know that? I can't even make a video. I have 8 computers here, and as soon as I set them up to make a video, they die. Microsoft shuts them down. I got a Mac. I got a top of the line Mac. I set it up to make a video. I closed it. Next day I went to go make a video. Don't work anymore. You know, nothing I can do about it. They don't want you hearing me, because I'm the only one out of 8 billion people that actually knows what's going on. Everyone else is just mouthing bullshit. What more can I say?
I want to get to some of the comments here in the live chat because we've got a lively group out there.
I love to hear it.
Jane Ava Tracy, I'll share the screen so we can both see it at the same time. She did her research and she found out that the Georgian mystery man that's in the Epstein list is Zurab Mikalets. That's spelled Zurab, capital Mikeladze. That's his first and last name. It's right there in the live chat. If you guys actually, anybody out there knows who this person is or get any information, like I said, he's a ghost on the internet. There's a lot of people looking to find out who this person is. If you find out, please email me at vhviipress@msn.com. The other thing is, Steve, okay, is the Getty like the Death Star in the movie Star Wars, where if we destroy that, it gets rid of this pedophilia, these psychopaths and stuff like that? Again, I'm not meaning to, just like I did notice, and a lot of people are noticing this too, for a while there, the mainstream media was starting to say it's the Jews, and noticing that it was a common thing. The Talmud normalizes the pedophilia. The Talmud also states that it's okay to show no mercy to the non-Jews, which normalizes torture, and even the best of non-Jews should all be killed, which normalizes murder. So for a while there, it was the Jews. Then conveniently, the files came out, and now everybody's saying it's the Satanists. And there are people in this chat section who are saying, hey, we're Satanists, and we've never eaten babies or murdered anybody like that. So just like you can't paint with a broad brush and say it's all the Jews, you also can't say
all right,
it's all
this is politics, okay? Let me just cut to the chase, all right? Because it's a big universe, okay? It's a big universe.
Okay.
And the universe has politics too. It's not just this stupid little Earth has politics. It's all about polarity. Politics is basically polarities. And the universe is also, it's divided into 2 sides. The entire politics of the universe can be summed up in 2 things: service to self and service to others. The so-called good guys, the ones that we try to be like, are the service to others. There's power in that. I talked about this on the last show. These bad guys, these ones, the child eaters, whatever, Moloch, whatever, they are service to self types. Okay, that's the bottom line. Okay, hybridization, whatever, Draco, Gray, Anunnaki, those are service to self. Pleiadian, all these other entities, those are service to others. That's the bottom line. Now, this Jew crap, hello, it's always somebody hiding behind somebody else. As I said at the beginning of the show, the Phoenicians are the oldest culture in the entire world. It goes back in 6000 BC. The Phoenicians were building big old boats out of Lebanese cedar and sailing all the way around the world to Australia and everywhere else. There's all sorts of archaeological evidence of this. And when I say archaeological evidence, what am I talking about? Taffets, okay? Stone pillars, tables that they would use for sacrificing victims, Okay, usually indigenous children or whatever. I mean, my God, they invented slavery, they invented usury, they invented all this stuff. It's the Jews. No, it's the Phoenicians. Okay, hello. The Israelites did not build the temple. Phoenicians built the temple. Sure, Solomon used magic and all that and everything. It's all right there in the Old Testament and all the Hebrew text. They have to admit the guy was a demon. But where did this come from? Did it come from Babylon? No, it came from Phoenicia, right next door. Again, so the bottom line is if you're going to throw around historical shit, get it right. Okay?
Yeah,
Get it right. I'm
I
sick of people
totally,
that can't get it right.
I totally get that, Stephen. I get that, and you get that. But let me ask you, how many Phoenicians have you met in your lifetime? Like, how many people that you've introduced yourself?
I've met aliens. Would anyone even know any better? It doesn't matter. It's like Carthaginians. How many Carthaginians have you met? I mean, how many Canaanites have you met? How many Hittites have you met? How many Armenians have you met? I mean, Armenians go all the way back to Noah's Ark. They're the first people off the boat. Why do you think they wanted to genocide those people? I mean, I could go on and on. Persia. Why do you think they're trying to destroy Persia right now? I mean, what's left of Persia? It's just this is the thing about these so-called demons. Now, as far as Satanism is concerned, I mean, all you got to do is look at the words of their leadership, Anton LaVey, Aleister Crowley, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Do as thou willst. That's called service to self. Now, when you say, well, I've never eaten a baby, there's good. Sure, I've met Draco that seemed kind of nice. Okay. But you think that spares them from genocide? Oh, no. Oh, no. You know why? Because it's all based on percentages. See, if you're going to be service to self or service to others, you can't be 50-50. There is no sitting on the fence. There is no lukewarm. You got to be 51 one way or 51 the other way, which means that if you're 51% service to self and you're 49% service to others, you're still a pretty damn nice guy. However, you still burn in hell. That's just the way it is. It's like a nice Nazi. It's like a nice pedophile. It's like a nice murderer. There's no such thing. There's a nice Mason. Oh, come on. Hello? A nice Khazarian mafioso. There's no such thing. I don't care if the 49% is really nice. Okay? It doesn't matter. There's no light and heavy. All right? It is what it is. One side of the fence or the other. Okay? And I'll tell you something, and I talked about this in the last show because, I had to realize this the hard way. I mean, when I got into the CIA and the NSA and everything else and started having to learn all this magic because I found out that that's what they believe in. They think this this is what separates us from the animals and the stupid people is those of us that have skills and understanding and wisdom about things that are not of this earth. And when you get into the CIA, that's the first thing that happens. Your politics goes out the window. Your history goes out the window. Your religion goes out the window. You got to start everything over again. And if you don't, you're going to be an alcoholic. There's a lot of damn alcoholics in that business because they can't take this shit. But yeah, you got to learn to have an open mind, and you got to learn not to attach emotion to your opinions and the information that you take in. And sometimes you're going to absorb information that you're going to not like, and you're going to disagree with it, but you don't reject it because your emotions go, oh, this is bad. My programming says this is bad. No, you file it away. That's what you do with information, data. You file it away because 20 years later, something's going to come up and you go, wait a minute, let me pull that file back up. Oh, that's right. That happened to me when I got exposed to all this alien crap back in 2000, I think it was. Right after I got done with dealing with the NSA and the Ollie North gang, which was actually this Intertel Mafia, the same thing that Epstein was running today, he still runs it. I didn't know it was that, but you know, I started getting exposed to all this alien crap. Okay, Palladians and beam ships and grays. Okay, all right, all right. I can sort of, I can, you know, I'll ponder that. But then they came up with the whole Draco and all that crap, Nibiru and everything. You know, you're asking me about the Death Star. I got hit with that stuff, and I'm like, this is insane. Okay, I'm just a average guy that builds lasers and stuff, and I'm what the hell? All right. But you know, it never went away and it kept coming back. And the deeper I went into the hole, and by the time I started dealing with Getty people direct, I had already been dealing with people that I thought were like CIA, but hell, one of them, Vince was a damn Draco. He was a damn shapeshifter. I had at least two shapeshifters in my life. And you could totally tell when they're not human. All right. You could totally tell the way they talk, the things that they do, you know, 50-year-old man that acts like he was born yesterday. I mean, come on, it sort of shows. You know, they don't master speaking and grammar quite the same way as we are used to. Okay, it's it's a little different. Okay, but anyway, that doesn't matter. The point is that you learn the hard way. All right. So it's like when someone says the word research. I did research. Well, you listen to someone else's opinion. They got it out of a book that was written by a damn human. God, you know, again, like I said, when I got in deep with these whatever you want to call them, cavers. I call them cavers. Okay, these Getty people, these CIA, Mafia, NSA people, caver types, the guys that think that they're gods. They think they're gods. Seriously, they think they're Olympian gods, and they think that you are all expendable and stupid and like animals. Okay, and they only think that certain people are worthwhile. I had lunch with a damn spy, a Jewish spy guy. You know, he was like a New York retired school teacher, but he was working for Israel as a spy. And, you know, he told me, he said, you know, there's only two genius races on earth, the Jews and the Germans. And I'm like, what? You racist motherfucker. I'm half German, motherfucker. I never even said anything about that. Where do you get off saying shit like this? But this is what they think. And these CIA people, when you get up way up high into this whole Getty level crap to where these people think they're Olympians and all that, where they're using psychic powers. Seriously. I mean, they're doing crazy stuff like Uri Geller type stuff. I mean, these guys, once you get to that level, they're all high level Masons, everything else. They prize psychic skill. Number one is psychic skill. If you don't have psychic skill, they think you're a stupid animal. If you don't know about the aliens and the alien culture and the alien politics and all that stuff, they think you're just a stupid animal. You know, and all these people that are waking up to the Epstein crap and going, oh, these pedophiles are so terrible. Oh my God, these things they did to children. You're all stupid animals. They still think you're stupid animals. It says right there in the protocols, they will throw as many people under the bus as they have to satisfy your bloodlust. Okay. So when you come and say, oh, well, how many people are we going to execute? That's exactly what they want. And it's like 6 million Jews, 100 million Jews, 100,000. Fuck. Seriously. Who did they kill? Not their own, not the Zionists. They killed the ones that thought being Jewish was a religion. Okay, there's a different kind of Jews. It's like Brandeis. Okay, the University of Brandeis. I don't know what it is. He was the first Jewish Supreme Court justice. He was one of those Jews that thought being Jewish was like, you know, a religion. He didn't think it was some sort of nationality Zionist bullshit. And then along come Herzl and Einstein, and they come to the U.S. on this big Zionism tour, and Brandeis is like, what the hell is this bullshit? The ones that they killed were the Jewish Nazis. The Nazis were set up by the Jews. Hello? Adolf Hitler was related to a damn Rothschild. Oh my God. It's just like the mayor of New York, that horrible Bolshevist, is the son of Epstein. Hello? I mean, my God, man. They create their own enemies. Has anyone seen Star Wars? It's like Clone Wars. Hello, both sides of the war they created. I mean, come on. World War II, same thing. Hello, killing, Holocaust. What does Holocaust mean? It means blood sacrifice. It's all a blood sacrifice. There's nothing that isn't a blood sacrifice. It's been that way since 6000 BC. And it doesn't matter who they're doing it for. It doesn't matter who they're killing or who's doing the killing. What matters is it stops, not how much we talk about it. We've been talking about it for thousands of years. We've had world wars. We're getting ready to have another one and repeat the same shit. And what are they going to do? They're going to come out and say, oh, that Jeffrey Epstein stuff, that's blood libel. It's a scandal. That's the Getty. When I come out and say there's 100,000 children under the Getty, why aren't the FBI or the police or anybody doing anything about it? Why haven't they arrested me for slander and libel? If I say that Donald Trump has killed children under the Getty because he's a homosexual pedophile and he was doing it while Gordon Getty was fucking him in the ass, why don't they sue me? Because I'm not a conspiracy theory. I'm a human that says this is valid and true, and I'm a witness. And if you don't like what I'm saying, sue me. Don't say it's slander and shut me down and censor me. Take me to court. That's what court is for. Okay? Depose me. Find evidence. That's what we should be doing. Not wasting fucking time talking about how horrible the Jews are, how horrible those Phoenicians are. I don't know any Phoenicians. Well, that's because they hide really good. You know, it's those Talmudists. No, it's those Frankists. No, it's those Sabbateans. They're all fucking hiding behind somebody else. It's always been that way. Okay? There's muckrakers on every side of every issue. Fuck. Who ran the Civil War in the United States? The Rothschilds. Hello? George Soros. Epstein. They're two, the left hand and right hand. Who's the head? The Rothschilds. Who's on top of that? Satan. Hello. Oh, I don't believe in Satan. Well, they sure fucking do. And they've got all the fucking money in the world. And guess what? They're getting ready to kill you. Whether you believe it or not, they don't care. They think you're expendable. They think you're expendable. They offered me the opportunity to be, not just be one of them, but to basically rule them under their little Getty, under the throne. And I said, but all I had to do was say, oh, yeah, you guys are all worthless and should die. And I thought that wasn't fair. So if you don't want to support me in my mission to try to save your lives, then, you know, I guess you get what you deserve. That's all I can say.
So I just want to clarify, and this is with all due respect, but a lot of people don't know the meaning of the word Holocaust. The actual Holocaust and why people, again, are misled and brainwashed, it's a sacrifice consumed by fire, a thorough destruction involving extensive loss of life, especially through fire. So that's why that 6 million number is nonsense. And people throw around the word Holocaust, but they don't even know the meaning. So
well, that represents hell. Okay. The 6 represents hell.
What you said, okay, as far as it being a blood sacrifice, but in actuality, it's a sacrifice through fire.
All right, let's talk about the fire. Okay.
Hold on, because I want to touch on some other subjects too. The existence of heaven or hell, that's a religious construct. And a lot of people right now in this moment where they're being controlled through religion. Religion is what's controlling people. And I hear you speak a lot. And again, it's
not a religion. Seriously, what I'm talking about is not a religion. It's called physics. It's called reality. I mean, my God, you think the CIA is a religion? You think the NSA is a religion? No. You know, that's like in CIA, key word is intelligence. That's what separates us from the people who are not CIA. They don't have that intelligence. That's the issue here. This is why you're a bunch of cattle getting sacrificed and holocausted or whatever, because they don't think you're smart. They think they are the only smart ones. This is what it all boils down to. And if we're all stupid and we let them get away with it, just like when they tell us in front of our face what they're going to do and we don't do anything, it's on us. And that's their religion. I don't care what their religion is. I think them killing us has got to stop. And I know, because they told me, the only way that happens is this Getty thing. Okay? It doesn't even matter how I do it, because they said, you do it. That's not religion. That's not God. That's not Jesus. That's some humans that believe some crap, whatever they believe, that run the world and kill billions of people, saying, guess what? You stop us. We'd like to know how. You don't stop this by religion. Saving the world is not a religion. This is not about Jesus and angels. This is about humans not being stupid fucking animals and dying like stupid fucking animals. Okay? You're either going to die like a fucking animal, or you're going to get smart. And you could talk and make excuses and rationalize and say, I have the right to believe what I want to believe. But guess what? You're going to fucking die. Okay? I don't care. I gave up everything. Everything. I was rich. I was rich. All you fuckers out there that work and slave away, hell, I walked away from $500 million. Okay? Huge amounts of money I walked away from, and power and everything else, so that I could save your asses. Does anybody appreciate it? No. I've been doing this since fucking 1990, and only now, with all this Epstein coming out, everyone's going, oh my God, it's true. It's all true. I still fail to believe it, but it's all true.
By the way,
opinions.
How does that make you feel? I mean, you could have been $500 million, and now you've got computers that don't work, and people still, don't give a shit. So how does that feel, by the way?
How does it feel? In other words, did I make a bad choice because I gave up billions of dollars and to being able to sit on the throne and watch all you guys die, and which is what would have happened? They don't kill people like me. Okay, they don't. They treasure it. It's like Noah's Ark. When he took so many animals on the ark or whatever, they preserved the DNA, whatever they were doing. The rest of the species was slaughtered. It's the same thing. This is how these people think. They select the best of the humans and they put them in these bunkers, and then they kill everything else off. It's a big cull. Okay? That's what's going on here. A big cull. All right? Do you all want to be part of the big cull, or do you want to worry about your Bitcoin and your religion and your paycheck and your how you get sex at night and all this shit, stupid human shit? No, you know what? I don't care. I'm 68 years old. I could die tomorrow. I don't care. I'm as far as I'm concerned, I did my job. I warned you people. I gave you the truth. I have a abundance of information, and if they can't kill me, what can I do? But as far as I'm concerned, I could have a heart attack tomorrow, and it's on you guys. If you're going to all die anyway. World War III, hello, Iran. What do you think is going to happen when our aircraft carriers get sunk? Which is going to happen? Hypersonic missile. It's going to happen, okay? What do you think is going to happen? It's going to make 9/11 look like nothing. It's going to be, You want a Holocaust, you're going to get your Holocaust. You're going to get everything. And it's all because of this. It's all because of this. All right? So screw your politics and screw your religion. This is called genocide. Genocide takes two sides. Okay? And in the end, everybody dies. Except the people who started it. All right?
So
That's what they want to do.
Let's talk about the solution. Okay? So let's say we get everybody to understand that we need to occupy the Getty. So let's say we get 500,000 people to just surround the Getty, and then they storm the Getty and they get past all the security and all whatever it is that's in there. Once they get there and they get to the control system, realize the number of stupid that exists. But realize, first of all, you're going to need some brave people, which means you're going to need some muscle.
I'm going to need some brave people. I have brave people. I already have an army of brave people. Okay. We're already doing the heavy lifting. We're already doing the heavy lifting to save all of you guys. The they. We are the they. Now let me explain.
Trying to make sense.
I want to answer your question. And this
Okay.
has nothing to do with sense or logic or common sense is a joke. Okay, seriously, it's a joke. What humans consider logic and common sense, it's a fucking joke. Seriously, it's a joke. It's a fucking joke. There's other things that make us human. Things like intuition. Okay, intuition has nothing to do with logic. Would I be risking my life and sacrificing everything to save the rest of you because it's logical? No, this is not logical. Would I have done any of this because it was logical? No. Is it profitable? No. No. What drives me? Intuition. Guess what? The world and the reality is controlled by things like that. It's controlled by manifestation. It's like the Matrix. It's like, nope. Why do you think they made that movie? To try to train all the stupid humans. It's like the book, The Secret. Has anybody read The Secret? There's a reason why it's called The Secret. It's because it's a secret. They don't want you to know it. Guess what? Whoever learns this secret is going to basically control all of you. Okay. And guess what? It's like in the movie The Matrix, the guy that breaks the Matrix, which I did, I broke the Matrix. The guy that breaks the Matrix gets to basically control the future for all of you. And in my future, it's not, oh, I get a big house and Mercedes and a sexy wife. No, it's I save the fucking world and all of your stupid, worthless asses. Okay. That's my plan. My plan, my manifestation, my mission on earth, what I've devoted my life to, is to save the earth because I learned how to do magic. And I thought, wow, if they can't kill me, they said they can't kill me. They flat out said to my face, we can't kill you. I've seen it happen. I've seen people die that were trying to kill me over and over and over and over years. I get numb. I don't wear body armor. I don't wear a seatbelt. I don't carry a gun. I don't do nothing like that. Baddest badasses you could imagine are afraid of me, okay? Because they know. So what do you do with that? Do you choose the pill that where you get rich and you get the billions of dollars? Bullshit. Bullshit. You think that money and those possessions is power? No. What's power? Power is what I got. I've saved lives, okay? Countless lives. Magic. Many people are alive today. I don't even think about the magic I do. I've gotten so good at this stuff, I barely have to put any effort into it, and miracles happen. That's fucking power. These guys are scared to death of me. Trump knows who I am. Elon knows who I am. They all know who I am. They are scared to death of me. All these Satanists, these unknown Satanists, you don't like that word, these leaders, these elders that live underground, these cavers, they know my name by heart. And they know what's coming. That's why they created Bitcoin. So it doesn't matter what you believe because you're either going to die a horrible, painful death and have a meaningless life, or you're going to help me bring paradise on earth sooner than later, which is what we deserve because we haven't had that here for a long damn time. And it's going to happen whether you like it or not. But it's going to either happen on your bones or you're going to participate. And if you want to be one of those selfish types that goes down with the flames, fine. And back to the flames. Phoenicia, hello, Phoenicia. It's called passing your children through the flames. If you read the Old Testament, it's all over the place. Ancient Israel, the split in two after Solomon. The guy that took over the north, the part that was connected to Lebanon or Phoenicia, the part that had 10 of the 12 tribes living there, they had 19 kings before they were finally destroyed by Assyria. And those 19 kings, every single one of them passed their children through the fire. And you think, wow, how could somebody kill their children, throw them in the fire? Well, you know, they had like 22 wives, 8 children each. They didn't care. What's a random child out of 100 children? And they did that on both sides of Israel, okay, all throughout. And all you got to do is read Jeremiah. And I don't care if you think that's religion or what. It's not religion. It's some idiot humans writing stuff down, trying to interpret history as good as they can. And as far as whether or not Jesus was alive, oh my God. Let me see. I can think of at least 3 Roman historians of very high repute Tacitus being one of them, that wrote about Jesus. Okay, hello. One of the kings, one of the emperors, actually had a cameo made, engraved with the likeness of Jesus. Come on, they didn't do that because it wasn't true. So all this bullshit propaganda, that's just one more bullshit piece of bullshit propaganda, just like Khazaria or Tartaria or flat earth, or take your pick. Come on, ice wall. They're going to fill your head full of shit so that you'll remain stupid, so that they can sit back and go, it's okay for us to kill them because they're stupid. They deserve it. We shouldn't have stupid people alive. They're just stupid. They have stupid beliefs. You know what? I was put here on earth to end that shit, not point fingers and complain. I don't need to complain. I don't need to have emotion or opinion. All I need to know is what the answer is and where to point. And as far as how it's going to be done, you guys need to get behind me. It's not about you. I am they. I'm the one that does it. You guys don't do shit. All you have to do as a mob is stop being stupid and think about the things I tell you to think, and not about the things the enemy tells you to think about. And I don't care what side of the spectrum you think. They got half the world thinking about A, half the world thinking about B. And all you want to do is complain about A and B. It's bullshit. Nothing ever happens. If that mob would get behind me, these powers that be would realize the time is up, hand over the keys, hand over the power, and then we will have a peaceful transition where you don't all have to die, because we don't go in there and destroy. That's what fucking cavemen do. We're not fucking cavemen. We're elevated humans. We're not the thing that they say we are that needs to die. We are above them. And things that are above them don't do stupid stuff. We build. We don't destroy. We don't take trillions and trillions of dollars worth of structure and destroy it. That's what a caveman would do. That's what a Luddite would do. We own it. We go down there and we own it. And that's how it happens. Because if they were going to give me control of this damn thing, I am going to take control of the damn thing. If I am not going to take it, I'm going to take it on my terms. And they're going to give it to me because they're going to give it to me anyway. And that's the only way that this is going to work. Because if we don't control the seat of power, they will fight and kill to the last human. And that has to stop. They have more nukes underground than they do on the surface. And once all those nukes on the surface are launched, they will pop up out of the ground like moles and launch even more nukes. Okay? The START treaty and all that crap, it's bullshit. Like I said to Press TV, they asked me about the START treaty years and years ago. They said, what about this START treaty and all this crap, nuclear control, arms control? And I said, what fucking, it's stupid. It's retarded. You can't see in the bunker. You can't see how many bombs or bomb factories in a bunker. Look at Diamona. The entire nuclear arsenal is underground. Nobody sees anything. You don't think the United States has way more nukes than they say? Of course we do. So does Israel. So does Russia. And you know what? Again, if we don't go underground, nothing changes. They've been doing this shit since the flood, digging this crap underground. And it doesn't matter how much shit we destroy on the surface, if we don't enter underground. And I've been down there many a times in the astral. All right, many, many damn times. We slaughter down there, because this world is not this world that you see. It's not just this 3D crap that you see. It's a hell of a lot more. And that's one of the reasons why they think you're all stupid animals, because you don't see it.
Hey, so you made a lot of points there, and I gotta try to make sense of this. So check this out. You get a bunch. Let's say you get I don't know, 5 million stupid idiots, a mob full of dumb, to go with you into the Getty, and somehow
you don't have to go. Nobody has to go anywhere. Nobody has to go anywhere. 8 billion people on Earth. I do not expect. You know what? It's 100 monkeys. Hello, you're all damn monkeys. Hello, 100 monkeys. Learn how to wash your papaya. That's all I want you to do. Learn how to wash a damn papaya. Get the sand off your papaya. Then we'll talk about taking over the world. Right now, you're all a bunch of stupid monkeys.
But that's what I'm saying.
It's like, hello, all you stupid monkeys. I don't want you to do anything except get the word Getty in your head. Get this other shit out. Jew, Jew, Jew. No, forget that shit. Replace it with Getty, Getty, Getty. Focus on Getty. I want all these stupid monkeys to have this word in their head so that magically it becomes real. It's like everybody saying the sky is orange. If everybody said at the same time the sky is orange, the sky is going to be orange. All right, that is the matrix. That's how we control reality. We get enough stupid monkeys thinking the same thing, we control the earth. That's just what the enemy does. That's what the internet does. That's what TV, radio, all that cultural conditioning they've been doing for, thousands of years. It's to get all the stupid monkeys thinking what they want you to think. If you would just start thinking about what I'm saying and not what they're saying, we could end them in the few years I have left, which is my plan. Okay, I'd like to get this job done and then die.
Well, you're absolutely right, by the way. Don't discount what Stephen Kelley is saying, because the only reason that paper that has like $1, $5, $10, it's worth like the same as this piece of paper here. It just has writing on it that says the full faith of the Federal Reserve. That is their ability to have everybody consciously believe that this piece of paper, if it has the Federal Reserve written on it and $100 bill, is worth $100. So
that's like convincing you that gold is worth more than silver. It's not.
Yeah. So I mean, we are like, thought is reality. If enough people think, we can create reality. The thing is, though, most people are brainwashed exactly into believing all these.
Brainwash is a nice way of saying that they
mind
were
control.
made to be stupid.
Yeah, they're made to be stupid. So I'm trying to figure this out, because the thing is, time is of the essence. We're in the now. You've got a good point. They're trying to create Armageddon with a war in Iran and everything like that. Let's say in like 2 weeks, everybody all of a sudden is thinking about the Getty, and everybody's got the Getty on their mind. All right? People in Timbuktu, people in Norwegia, people in Greenland, everybody's thinking about the Getty. But like, that's not going to get us into the Getty.
Yeah, it is.
To the control system.
There's no us. It's like going to the moon, flying on flying saucers. You guys are still the mob. You're still the animals. Your job is to save the world and make it a better place for your children. It's not to so that you can have a better life. No, you already had your life. You already blew it. Your job is now to try to save the world for the rest of us. Okay, come on. You're not going to go into Getty. You're going to be lucky. Hell, I'll tell you what's going to happen. I'll tell you exactly what's going to happen. First of all, you're a bunch of damn savages, okay? You need to not be savage. You need to stop being stupid. You need to stop thinking you know anything. Your opinions are worthless. What you've been taught is worthless. Everything you know has got to go in the trash. You need to start over and have an open mind. And that is everybody. And as soon as you think you know something, as soon as you think you got it figured out, start over. You don't. And that is, that's going to go on forever. And as far as your power, you don't even know what power you have. You don't even know, because you're still stuck in that service to self. And until you actually change and transition into a service to others lifestyle, try to be a saint, you're never going to know how much power you actually have, and you're never going to know what the other side is. And eventually there is going to be no service to self left. That's the bottom line. It's all going away. Whether you like it or not, you're either going to get with a program or you're going to go to hell. That's just the way it is.
But Stephen, the thing is,
I don't believe in hell.
I appreciate everything you're saying, but you're speaking in the esoteric, and remember, you're speaking to the
It's
stupid.
all esoteric. It's all esoteric. That's the point I'm trying to make. The people who are not esoteric, you're going to die. You're going to die, and it'll be good riddance. Seriously. You're going to go become dirt and like nothing. And it doesn't matter, because that's what the enemy wants. And that's why we're going to have World War III and all that shit, because you all got to go. Okay. All you all you
Totally.
people who are you're worthless eaters that think that
Useless.
you're just a bunch of animals and that you don't have a spark of God in you, you're going to die. That's it. You're being cleansed. That's what this is all about.
Is that
Okay.
why nobody's being held accountable for the Epstein? Because basically, what they're doing is us all a favor. They're getting rid of these useless eaters, and in the meantime, they're having fun with them by raping them, torturing them, murdering them, and then eating them. So, thank you very much. And probably that's why nobody's going to be held
Well,
accountable for the Epstein, because they're actually doing us all a favor.
you're all no, actually, by releasing this information, they're making you all guilty and culpable and responsible because by doing nothing, by absorbing all this information, doing nothing, you go, my opinion is, I don't believe it, and you do nothing. That means you absorb all the responsibility, and what comes and happens to you is tough shit.
Yeah,
That's what it
that's
is.
that's what's happening right now. The soul currency is being depleted. The negative energy is seeping into everybody's consciousness because now everybody knows that while you're watching porn, while you're gaming, while you're thieving at
Are you
Walmart
talking
or
about
whatever.
me? You're talking about me, and now I know you're talking about you. Must be psychic. You're psychic. You're psychic, dude.
But
You're
I'm saying
psychic.
the people out there, they're like going, holy cow, there's a lot of evil in this world. But I'm just going to sit here and keep gaming and keep, twerking and whatever and not do anything about it. So, okay, let's let those people die, okay, because they're useless eaters and they're basically killing themselves because all that stuff is designed to depopulate. But for those of us who want to survive, and we end up either getting into the Getty through like mentally storming the place and putting ourselves there. Now I'm at the Getty. Now I'm down and I'm there at the actual control lever. Like, what do I do? Right? And then who's going to take over? We're going to have to work in shifts. And then how do we control this control system
Well, who's the
when
we?
there's,
First of all, we. You're talking about humanity? What? You, me? What? What?
well, somebody's got to control this thing because
That's
right now
me. Okay, that's me. I'm the boss. Okay, you guys. If you guys haven't figured that out yet,
you're
that
going to
would be
need
me.
you're going to need to
Ah, this is true. All right, let me tell you something. The
so when
Jews have this thing called the
hold on,
protocols.
because we gotta be serious here. If we're gonna try to save the world, like while you're taking a bathroom break and I'm at the controls, I gotta know which levers to press. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to press the wrong button. You go to take a leak and I end up blowing up the world. So right now we got elders that are in control. They're doing maybe a good job. I don't know. Maybe their job is to get rid of these useless eaters and stuff like that because there are a lot of stupid people. So thank you very much, everybody on the Epstein list. I think instead of them being prosecuted and publicly executed, they should all probably get like an Olympic gold medal or something, for their service to.
Adulterers.
So I mean that's where we're coming at right now. But look, people really trusted Trump. Trump's at the controls now. He's doing a piss poor job. Biden was at the controls. He did a piss poor job. Like, there's no leadership in the world. So even if we get control of the control system, what I'm noticing is that the ego and the pride is off the charts because we've got people who claim to be truthers who are spouting lies in the name of Jesus, praise Yahweh. As long as you say in the name of Jesus, praise Yahweh, you're good to go.
All right.
As
First of
long
all, Yahweh is Satan.
Yeah, exactly. But
Yahweh
that's
is
what I'm saying.
Satan.
These people consider themselves Christians.
And second of all, ego and pride are the pillars of Satanism.
Yeah, yeah. So and these are total Christians. These are people who claim to be Christians. I call them satanic Christians. Then they go, "Oh, how dare you say I'm a satanic Christian? I ought to kick your fucking ass." It's like, whoa, what would Jesus do? So like everything's inverted. Everything's shit. I'm actually at this point where I'm rooting for Armageddon and just like fucking blow the whole thing up because the whole thing is fucked. And everybody claims to know everything and nobody knows shit. So once we get at the controls, what do? Because I can be honest with you,
We are not going to do it.
that control system, I'm going to be like, listen, I don't know how to deal with this fucking asshole who keeps telling me that he knows everything and he doesn't know shit. And I'm like, listen, dude, you don't know fuck all. And then he's like, oh, I'm going to kick your ass. So right off, I'm going to have to take my hands off the control, kick him in the fucking face, start kicking and beating his ass. And then once I'm off the control system, some other idiot comes on, presses the wrong button, and we're all fucked. See,
Well,
that's what's happening right now.
you
Like
got to
nobody.
understand the nature of the Jedi, first of all. Okay.
Oh,
Because I know you think the esoteric and all that stuff is silly, because I know silly humans, you're all thinking of like in terms of like human stuff, human made machines, human made pull that lever, push that button. That's silly ass. That's like Stone Age human shit. It's not how we don't work that way. You go, first of all, you go into, it's going to be like the Soviet soldiers when they walked into Berlin and they saw a flush toilet for the first time. They didn't know what the fuck that was. They didn't know what the fuck to do with it. They had no clue. They thought it was like to drink out of or something. Seriously, it's going to be the same damn thing. You think you guys off the street, surface humans, are going to walk down there and you're just going to be able to like, oh yeah, okay. No, you're going to be curled up in a fetal position because your little minds are going to be blown. Kind of like the Epstein files. It's like you think the Epstein files blows your mind. When I open up Pandora's box, there's going to be a good portion of that 8 billion people curled up in a fetal position because their little reality took a big shit. And the reason why we do shows like this and talk about it is because I'm trying to give you guys teaspoonfuls of reality, so when it does hit, you will be able to function. Because right now, the only people are going to be able to function and wield the controls of power will be people like me and my Jedi. And if you look at the Jews and what they say, when I say Jews, I'm euphemistically speaking about the enemy now, because it's just like the protocols of learned elders of Zion, when they talk about the Antichrist, who is what they're preparing the entire world for, and whether you believe that or not, that is what they are building it towards. And I personally don't believe in the concept of an Antichrist. I do believe in the concept of Christ. I don't think that Jesus and Christ are the same thing, but I believe that this is going to happen. And I believe that this thing that they're waiting for, this leader, this person that's going to take the control and the reins of everything, this despot, is not going to be an antichrist. It's going to be Christ. And they say right there that those elders who think that their job is to select that so-called antichrist, which is BS. They don't have such power, but they know that when the time comes and they have to hand over all the reins of power, that they will have absolutely no control, and they have no clue what's going on in the mind of that leader. They never will. Nobody will. So when you're asking me, how's this going to happen? How's that going to happen? That reminds me of these Getty people asking me, so how are you going to conquer us anyway? That's for me to know. My job is for you guys to be soldiers and follow orders and get behind me and shut the fuck up. And I haven't got that yet. And when you ask me how many people I need, hell, anytime I get even close to 10,000 people to actually protest and march around the Getty, which I have planned to do many, many times, which we should be doing right now, I get shut down. The last time is when they shut down the internet and they destroyed QAnon, okay? I ran QAnon. I had 30,000 followers, and I had about 10,000 of them ready to descend on the Getty. And what did they do? They passed a law and made it legal to strip away the First Amendment and destroy us. And then what happened? COVID, everything else. So you know what? Fuck Trump, fuck everybody, fuck all the talking heads. The only one that's been right all this time is me. It's not we. Hello, it's not me. There is no they. You guys don't know. If you know, you would have done it already. Nobody knows. There's no heroes. I'm it. Okay? I'm the only one that has a solution. I know how to do it. All I need is your support. I need you to say Getty, to stop saying all this other bullshit, to spell. You don't even have to know anything. All you got to do is make an effort. You can work on becoming an expert later. Okay? And if you're not an expert by now, whose fault is that? When people go, oh, I haven't heard about this. I don't know anything. What the hell is this shit? Whose fault is that? You're either ignorant because it's out of choice or because it's been hidden from you. And if you're listening to this show right now and you're not fired up and you haven't figured out that this is the answer to everything, Well, that's it. I can't help you. And if you leave the show and go listen to some other idiot's opinion, you're exactly what they think you are. Or you can help me right now and save some of those millions and millions of people. Hell, every damn day. Jeffrey Epstein himself is responsible for at least 20 million dead children, at least in that short period of time documented in those things. The Getty destroys 100,000 children every year. Every single pedophile consumes 5,000 children in their lifetime. That's a lot of pedophiles. Multiply that by 5,000. Where do those children go? Guess what? They go into the cement. There's blood in cement. The cement companies are owned by the pedophiles. It's all one big damn thing. And you're never going to learn the whole damn thing. You're either going to spend your life trying to know what I know, which you will never do, or you can get fucking behind me and actually do something. Like the tiny, tiny percentage of people that actually do now. My Jedi, hell, they don't even need to know anything. There's guys that work with me in the astral, they don't have any skills. Once they sign on, that's it. They work for me and they don't need to know nothing for it forever. Okay? But they work and they're doing all the heavy lifting for all of you. And that's why the veil is being lifted on all this wicked shit, because we're kicking their ass. And the scales are falling from your eyes because we're kicking their ass and their magic doesn't work, whether you believe it or not. Okay? So yes, this is spiritual warfare. And fucking Putin, he believes it. They'll say flat out, they're fighting God. They're fighting for Jesus. They are fighting Satan. They know damn well. Hell, those Ukrainians, they're doing the child sacrifice. That is the center of Khazaria. That is the center of evil. There's a reason why they put all that money and all that blood in that shit. My God, it's like the very evil that we're talking about right now came from there. It's like Satan is fucking just going nuts right now, and we are kicking ass, and yet humans remain stupid.
So, how come there's no talk about the Getty in these files that have been released? I haven't heard anything about the Getty.
What is this herd thing? You got to read the shit. I read it. I got it. I read it. And the other thing is that these guys speak in code. They're subtle. They're discreet. You gotta, and it's like, and they talk above everybody. You're talking about people. Hell, look, I was in Gordon Getty's house. Okay, the house, home of his mistress. I rummaged through his papers. I photographed shitloads and shitloads of documents. That'll be the new Epstein files. I've got it. But most of it is like talking to world leaders and people about real weird shit, anthropology type crap. You know what I'm talking about? Genetics, superhuman crap. Okay, that's all they care about. You got to understand all this blood sacrifice, all this shit they're doing, all these children they're messing with. Sure, they're having sex and getting their rocks off and all this crap, but they're also doing advanced genetic research. They want to live forever. Okay? There's so much more to this blood product and this shit than anybody knows. And like I said, everybody's stupid, but we don't have time to make everybody smart. The mob is never going to stop being a stupid mob, but the mob needs to work for me. And here's the other thing. As long as the mob wants to cut the heads and kill off all those pedophiles, they're never going to give up. Okay, we're never going to win this war. It's never going to stop until they give up. And the only way they're going to give up is when you fuckers fall behind me and I agree to not kill them all in exchange for the fucking power. And they can all live the rest of their lives in solitary confinement. Nobody will cut their heads off. And that'll be the future until they all die off and the earth is cleansed. But if you rise up and with your bloodlust and you've got a fucking cut off heads like people like Donald Trump, etc., who deserve it, Epstein, Thiel, all of them, Prince Andrew, every single one of them deserve execution, totally. But if we're going to rise up, and this is not religion now, this is called advanced human thinking. If we're going to rise up, not be satanic, not murder them and do exactly what we're expected to do. Stop giving energy to that, you know, agent of chaos, the one that rules the service to self crowd. This is a war. You want to call a war against Satan a spiritual war? It's a war of service to self against service to others. And guess what? The universe is mostly service to others. We win. Okay?
Yeah, but
This Star Wars. Star Wars.
I'm just trying to be pragmatic here.
There's no pragmatic to this shit. That's why you all die, because you think pragmatically, you think logically.
Yeah, but
you're going to think logically. That's like, moo, moo. They wouldn't kill us. They've been feeding us all this time. Why would they want to kill us? Moo. Oh, bang. Oh.
Yeah, but Stephen, okay.
Fucking cows, man.
So you've got all these people on the
animals
eating babies, murdering them. You've got them on film. You've got the evidence. Okay, let's say they release all that, and I'm watching all this stuff, and I'm like, okay, cool. This guy. You're telling me that what's going to happen, because there's all these pedophiles that you just said, right? How are we going to pay for this, to put them all into solitary confinement? That means we need to build.
Are you kidding me?
We need to build the prisons.
Shit.
No. But think about this.
Stop being pragmatic, man. You guys don't know. That's the problem. Is all you surface humans don't know shit. You're still thinking in terms of what's on the surface. Hello. 98% of all the wealth on earth is underground. Okay? Stop worrying about paying for this shit. All the money, we have all the money in the world. We own that shit. Just like those damn bunkers. Those bunkers, all these skyscrapers and shit that we build on the surface are nothing. It's crap compared to what we have underground.
How are you going to get all the stupid people to build all these solitary confinement prisons for all of these?
Built. They're already built. Are you kidding me?
We have enough.
There's plenty. There's plenty. Oh,
I thought
yes.
They've been releasing prisoners because they're overcrowded.
Hello, bunkers.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay.
Slaves.
I'll give you that. Okay. So then, who's gonna work to oversee these people? Because they're gonna have to be fed. They're gonna have to be. Who? Black people?
They will. It's just going to be like the concentration camps. They're going to police themselves. They're good at that, weren't they? Didn't they do that in the concentration camps? Come on.
So you're going to have pedophiles policing themselves in underground.
Yeah, because remember that percentage. If you're only 49% wicked, you can be policing the 99% wicked. Remember
Holy
the good Satanists?
You
good Satanists, you could watch over the bad Satanists. You could be responsible. It's just like Jews. You want to talk about Jews? Hello. Everybody has to be responsible. They got to be responsible. That's the bottom line. That's the problem with humans. You're not responsible. You're not responsible for your body. You're not responsible for your babies. You're not responsible for your consumption. You're not responsible for your fellow humans, your earth, anything. You got to take responsibility. That is the first number one rule of service to others, is taking responsibility. And so like the Jews, if 98% of the Jews in the world will not take responsibility for the 2% that are fucking it up for all of them, that's a problem. They got to clean their own house. If you don't clean your own house and take responsibility, you suffer along with those that are responsible. That's the bottom line. And we're not going to weigh you and say, well, you're mostly innocent. No. There is none. 49% guilty or 51% guilty is the same as 99 to 100% guilty. Okay? 51% guilty. It's all it takes.
What are we going to do with Snoop Dogg? They've got him at the Winter Olympics right now in Italy. This guy's
all that shit's going to end, man.
This guy's a pimp, and he's like now like a Mr. Family Man.
It's not going to be what we're going to do. It's what I'm going to do. Come on. Well, if all of you could have done it, you would have done it. You can't do it. That's why you're all going to die. You haven't figured it out. That's why you can't kill me, because I'm the only one that's figured it out. They can't kill me.
Why
they still want me to lead it?
Why is Snoop Dogg at the Winter Olympics?
Because it's fucking polarizing bullshit. Who watches the Winter Olympics? Come on.
Nobody.
Who watches TV?
So
who listens to music? I don't listen to music.
Family with kids. There's Snoop Dogg talking all ghetto, saying, yo, what's up? I'm over here in Italy.
Yo, homie.
with these
I
niggas.
got your OG Kush, man.
Yeah, yeah, and then and it's like some families trying to watch the Olympics, and there's a pimp on there.
Dude,
You know,
did you watch the Super Bowl? Did you know the lyrics that were sang it? Seriously, do you know what Bad Bunny, I call him Good Bunny, do you know what he said on in front of the world? Do you know what he said? Can
he
I
didn't
say
say
it?
he didn't
Can I
say
say
puta.
it?
Yeah, what did he say?
Well, the final line of his song was, and if you'll excuse me, was if your boyfriend won't eat your ass, then fuck him.
Nice in Spanish.
In
Si,
Spanish.
si tu novio no come tu culo, uh, I don't know how to say fuck him in Spanish. How do you say fuck him in
I
Spanish?
don't know.
Uh,
Pinche,
cul,
pinche, pinche
cul,
esto, I don't.
good
You
grief!
know,
You picked
Spanish is one of those languages where cussing in Spanish is like worse than cussing in English.
good grief. So that's the whole takeaway. You watch the halftime show, and you, if your boyfriend won't
Hey,
eat
that's
your
wholesome. Yeah, who doesn't eat ass, right?
yes, of course. Holy shit, man. We're in a really bad state. So basically, you're gonna save the
No, but
world.
Satan doesn't exist. No, come on.
So really, you believe in hell, huh?
Hell, I don't. Oh, I believe in densities. Okay, that's the other thing that everybody's stupid about. Nobody understands densities. Tesla did 369. He tried to explain it. He tried to teach you all. You didn't get it. You people talk about dimensions, fourth dimension. Y'all think you're all so these stupid humans that think in stupid human Earth 3D surface Earth human terms. They think, oh yes, God uses a calendar and a clock, and we understand the nature of creation because we're humans. You don't understand shit. You can't even understand what happened 20,000 years ago, let alone what's going to happen or what's happening on the higher levels of density. No, there's 9 levels of density. Okay, this thing that we call God is level 9. We are level 3. Okay, level 4, that's where those aliens are. That's the little thing just above us. That's where we go and we do the astral when we fight under the Getty and shit. That's hell. Just above that, that's heaven. That's what we call heaven, but it's not. It's 5th density. And then above that, angels. Is the angels part of heaven? No, it's a whole nother level. And then what comes after the angels? The Holy Spirit. Can humans even comprehend that? Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. The Gnostics did. Barely, but they did. And then what comes after that? The ascended masters. What's the ascended masters? Oh, guys that have gone all the way up, big leaders of humanity, guys like Jesus, Buddha, etc., a bunch of people like that. Who runs that level? Jesus. Is that part of a religion? No, that's just the way it is. That's protocols. That's that's the mechanics of the universe. And then at the very top, the creator. How does the creator do anything? He uses the levels below. It all filters down. The Holy Spirit, people have no clue what the Holy Spirit is, but I do because, I talked to Rambo told me all about the Holy Spirit. But these other levels, they feed on the lower levels. That's why the aliens eat us. That's why these guys, these Epstein files and eating children and blood, all that, they're trying to emulate the guys above them. How do you defeat these people? How do you make them stop emulating the guys above them? You take out the guys above them. Okay? We can do that. Guess what? Humans have power. All right? They tried to take that away from you when they hybridized you and they took away your 8th chakra and they took away your cone head. Humans used to have cone heads. Now we got these stubby little heads. They thought that would remove our soul and remove our ability to do all these magic things. Guess what? It didn't work. But you know what? Us silly Earth humans, we're just a little blip in time. There's been so much stuff going on. We just came out of nowhere. They just hybridized us in the last however many thousand years. And we think we're all that. We're little slaves. But guess what? We were born with skills. No matter what they did, we still had these skills. They're working really hard to suppress that by saying, oh, you're just a bunch of stupid animals, have sex, rape children, whatever. Your soul, God, your little spark, see, whatever, psychic stuff, that's all BS. That's all made up. There's no evidence. That's what separates the higher beings from the lower beings. There's a lack of understanding of that stuff. The higher you go up in that level of reality, you become less material and more spiritual. The level of just above us, the 4D where the aliens are, they're half spiritual, half physical. That's why they eat us, because they don't just get blood and physical nourishment, they also get spiritual nourishment, which is loosh, and that is human, emotional, negative emotional, psychic energy. That's what they're sucking out of us. This adrenochrome crap, that's the 3D biological equivalent of loosh. And the 4D, it's the most valuable resource in the universe. And that's why they breed us like cows, so that all these reptiles and shit that consume loosh can get that crap. Okay? And guess what? In the astral, whether you believe it or not, that's one of the big things we do. We shut that down. We go in there and we may not be able to rescue those children, but you know what we can do? We can take that loosh that they're sucking out of them with their AI and their black goo. Maybe you've heard about black goo. And we direct it and we clean it and we filter it and we do magic and we deprive them of their nourishment. And that's why they're dying. And that's why shit like this Epstein stuff is coming out. And that's why they're lashing out and trying to kill us all off with World War III, because they know it's almost over. And that's
Well,
why you guys got to help me.
you know the plan. This is what
I am the plan. I am the
this,
plan.
this is what I've been told. Correct me if I'm wrong. George Orwell had the first part where you are
He wrote
completely
fiction.
control and you have a boot on your neck. So they brought in Q, which is Operation Trust. Trust the plan, sit on your hands, do nothing. The Patriots in control, the White Hats have everything. So people sat back and they did fuck all. Now they're bringing us into the Aldous Huxley Brave New World, where people are going to be not guided by fear, but rather by lust and pleasure. So just like Yuval Noah Harari said, well, what are you going to do with all the useless eaters once the robots and artificial intelligence take over all the jobs? Because all these people are going to be replaced like within months. He says, well, we're just going to keep them tied up with porn and with gaming and virtual reality. And so that's where they're bringing us in now. And they're going to have people, the Freemasons, are going to be the ones that are going to be leading this, because people believe that the Freemasons are do-gooders, but they're actually servants of Satan. So do you see that we're coming into the Brave New World aspect of this greater plan, where first they were leading us with fear and now they're going to lead us with pleasure, and people are just going to forget about reality because they're going to be stuck. And I see it happening a lot, especially in the United States when they legalized marijuana. That marijuana that's out there now is on
Look
a
at
whole
you.
nother level. That stuff
I
is like,
touched the damn wire to my camera and I was like, God. Um,
so
yeah, that is a big part. That's a big part. But let me
is
just
that how
interrupt
they're
you.
going to control us
All right,
now?
first of all,
Yeah.
I know you
Okay.
guys don't want to believe in Satan and all that, but you're bringing it up. Devil weed? No, it's not devil weed. It's a gift. Everything's a gift from God. Even Satan. Everything is creation. Okay, there's nothing bad about creation. Everything that was part of creation is good. You can't put a negative label on it. The point I'm trying to make is that well, first of all, I guess we should go back to your original plan. Is what's going to happen to all these people? You're going to die. Okay, you're going to die. They try to kill you off with COVID. They're going to up the chemtrails. They'll poison the water, poison the food. They'll use the 5G. They'll use scalar weapons. It's coming. You're just going to die. They'll turn off your cars. They'll turn off your jobs. They'll train your children to kill you. You know, little things like that. It's gonna. This is all going to happen within this year. This whole Palantir thing, they've been building this for a long time. Okay, Palantir and the surveillance thing, it goes back a long time. But I remember when I got first involved in all this stuff, it was figuring out the human genome and figuring out the chromosomes and everything else, human DNA. None of that. That all happened in the last 30 years, and that's a major stone, if you will, pillar of the whole thing. So in other words, the data collection, like for instance, Intertel, which is the international mafia, they've been collecting data on everybody for the longest time. And that includes all your medical data and in fact, the entire internet is based on medical data. Okay, because and this is where actually I'm involved. And my brother actually invented this, and that is high-speed internet encryption. Maybe you've heard me mention this before, but high-speed internet encryption was invented so that medical data could be transmitted on the internet and kept encrypted so that it didn't violate the HIPAA, which is the law that keeps everything private. Well, obviously, the people that we were dealing with back then, when this was going down, we thought it was the CIA. Of course, it was not. It was this mafia. they ripped that off. Okay, so when they say that the CIA stole the technology and handed over to Elon Musk or created PayPal, or created eBay, or created Google, or created all these things, yes, that's exactly what they did. But first, they had to steal it, and they stole it from people like, my brother. Okay, seriously, they thought my brother was going to be like the Antichrist. Okay, because they saw him. He practically invented the internet, of course, but they just stole it. And then he went all tranny, so he's got the tits and everything. Total Baphomet. So and they thought, oh right, this is our guy. This is the one we've been looking for. Because they've been following. They've been like the Templars, for instance. The Templars' whole reason for existence was to trace the bloodline of Christ. I know you guys don't believe any of this shit, but I don't care what anybody believes in your stupid opinions, But again, the Templars were real, and they were archaeologists, and they did archaeological digs in the Temple of Herod when they were in Jerusalem, and they were able to dig up the census data from back in the days. And they used that census data to find out who had babies, who lived where, et cetera, et cetera. And the whole purpose of this, of course, was to identify the ancestors or children of Jesus and Mary Magdalene. Okay, because they needed to trace that. Okay, because that's a big thing they're trying to hide. Now, I'm raised Catholic, so we don't believe any of this stuff, and yet it is what it is, right? I'll say, well, they believe it, but anyway, point is that the Crusades, several of the wars, like the 100-Year War over there, the War of the Roses, all that, that was primarily to try to kill off people that they thought were related to Jesus through the bloodline of Mary Magdalene living in France. Okay, and that's where I come in, because apparently I'm of that bloodline, whatever. But we came over on the Mayflower and disappeared into the country, and both my mother and father both had parents that took the kids and ran. The mother took the kids and ran, so nobody knew anything. It was very hard to trace people. I mean, now with the internet, it's much easier, of course. But the point is that it took them a long time to find me. Okay, when you talk about Masons and all that crap, it's kind of part of it. I mean, Masons obviously they're sort of like the Templars. Obviously, it's all the same thing. Masons are Jewish, Templars are Jewish, quasi-Christian bullshit. It's like damn Jesuits. Jesuits is not Catholic. It's Jewish. Okay, hello, it's crypto Jew. It's always been crypto Jew. But whatever, they blame us. Okay. There's a lot of lies out there. Constantine was actually a really good guy. But point is that this stuff is what they believe. And these Templar guys for thousands of years now have been doing this thing where they've been running around trying to trace this bloodline for the sole purpose of finding this person that they knew because they've seen the damn, uh, Project Looking Glass, all that crap. They know who's coming, they know what's coming, they know what goes down, and they know they can't stop it. They can't control the future, but they can see the future and they manage it. And they use this information to try to locate people like me and try to do everything they can to keep me from doing what I'm trying to do. And it's not to stop me, because they know they can't stop me, but what they can do is kill more of you, because they spend all this time keeping you stupid and not listening to me. They can't stop me. They can't kill me. They can't stop my mission. And they know ultimately that I win this thing, because this is like a fire you can't put out. It will burn everything down. This will burn everything down. But will it take you with it, or will you enjoy the results of what happens afterwards? I don't care. You talk about scripture. I mean, my God, it's so damn people, oh yeah, screw the Bible, screw religion. I mean, I'm not a religious person, and I don't. Bible is not a tool that I need. However, there's plenty of damn scripture in there that applies to just about everything. And again, it's not just Christian stuff. There's also information in the Hebrew stuff, in the Satanic stuff, I've read alien stuff. Okay, they have their Bibles too. Okay, the Gray have a Bible. The Palladians have their Bible. I'm sure the reptile, Draco have a Bible also. But screw that. You got to take it all together and kind of filter it with your own filter. For me, of course, Jesus is my filter, whether you like it or not. But when I've been in the other side in the astral, and we're dealing with monsters, because there's lots of them, big, dragon looking things or whatever, just monsters. They can look like whatever they want. Okay. Seriously, or be as big as they want. All you got to do is say Jesus. You don't even have to say Jesus. You can think it. You can say Christ. Before the word even comes into your head, that damn thing is gone. It's dead. That's how we do this stuff. Okay?
Yeah, but in the Epstein files that were just released, that girl was saying Jesus, and they fucked her to death.
She's a human. That's again. You think you guys don't get it. You just don't get it, because this is the thing. Death. What is death? They can't kill me. It's because, one of the reasons they can't kill me is because I'm over it. I'm over it. I don't care anymore. Okay. I've been trying to get them to kill me for the last 20 years. Seriously. This whole mission was me being over it, after losing my family and everything, and saying, okay, motherfuckers.
The thing is, though, again, a lot of people are having trouble with the whole Christian thing, because these Christians turn out to be not all of them.
Too bad.
Like
it's not about Christian. I don't care. Let me. Oh God! Look, Jesus is a lot older than the stupid humans alive on Earth. Okay, this concept of the universe is much, much older than Earth. Has nothing to do with some stupid book.
Why would Jesus allow that girl who was praying to Jesus?
It's not Jesus. Jesus was a human. Christ is the thing that we're talking about here.
But these, in the Epstein files, they were mocking her as they were torturing her.
Yes, I know. They're stupid humans. And it's just like the stupid humans that think that angels and God is going to step down and do something. No, they're not. What does Jesus say? Jesus says, I'm going to use your foot to crush the serpent. That's not Jesus' foot. That's not some angel's foot. That's not an alien's foot. That's not some other guy's foot. That's your foot. So when all you people say, oh, Jesus didn't come in there and save that girl, you know why? It's because all you motherfuckers are sitting on your ass doing fucking nothing, and I'm screaming like hell trying to get you fuckers to do something, because I want to kill these motherfuckers. I want to be that righteous fucking punishment that's going to come down and burn every single one of these motherfuckers. I want to see Trump and Elon executed. I predict within 999 days that is going to happen. I will say that publicly, and I don't care if you call that treason or it doesn't matter. I have had the FBI at my door accusing me of treason, and they ran away because I accused them of being pedophile enablers and working for Satan. Now, do normal, logical humans do that? Or humans that are afraid of a power that's greater than them? And right now, I don't care, because I faced death so many damn times. I don't care. I welcome it. I want to die. I got to get this shit over with before I get to die. And the sooner you people get off your ass, stop being stupid, and fall behind me, and stop worrying about your fucking opinions about religion or whatever you learned, which is all bullshit, throw it all away, join my mission or fucking die. That's all there is to it. Join my mission or die.
I have your information in the description section, so if anybody wants to join Stephen Kelley's mission, you can contact him, and all the information is in the description section. And let's fix this. So you're saying that within 99 days or 999 days, I'm not sure what it was exactly, these people are going to be executed, Trump, Elon Musk. But then didn't you also say that they should not be executed, that they should be put in
so much patience. Okay, look, when you are an Elon and you are a Trump and you are guilty of heinous crimes like these people are, and you lie about it over and over, and you not only fail to confess, but you kill other people to try to continue to hide your crimes, you forfeited your chance at being forgiven. Okay, so in other words, it's the same thing with the release of the Epstein files and all you people responsible for seeing that stuff and not doing anything. You had your chance, and your chance to do something is right now, and you will be judged whether you believe that shit or not for what you did and what you did not do. Okay? So people like Trump, even though I say spare everybody, treat them like family, like we love them, if you have family and that family member is continuing to kill other members of your family when you've told them to stop doing it, you have no choice but to kill that cancer and cut it out, that gangrene. You remove it. You don't remove it because you hate it. You remove it is because it's killing off your family. We are all family. We need to live like family. And if part of our family is anti-family, anti-human, it needs to be removed. And if we can lock it up and stop it from doing that stuff because we still love it and we don't want to kill it, fine. But if it has enough power to continue killing, then we have to use extreme measures, and that includes killing. And I am not all about killing. But if Donald Trump and Elon Musk want to continue to do their shit, their Palantir crap, if they don't want to come clean, they need to be made an example of. And if I say they're going to die, they're going to die. Because I will make it so. And it's not because I'm going to do something. It's because I will control reality, because that's what I do. Occupy the Getty is me controlling reality and making it the number one thing in the world. That's called manifesting. That's my mission. And if I can get 8 billion people to talk about it, I will have done magic. I've already done magic. In spite of the entire world fighting me.
The thing is, and this is where, again, getting to the core of the problem, it's not just Donald Trump and Elon Musk. It's the police officers that are Freemasons that are doing the bidding for these criminals. It's the military that is doing the bidding for the central bankers. It's the central bankers. It's the judges. It's the lawyers.
Yeah, it's everybody. So what's the point, though? We kill them all.
That's what I'm saying.
Give up or they die.
We're people are going to have to face a reality that you're not going to be able to negotiate your way out of this. Politics is not an option. It hasn't worked. It will not work.
Logic
so people are going to have to
realize
this is a kill or be killed situation, because they are not only trying to kill you, but they are killing you. They're spraying the skies with poison. They've got the 5G set up so that the moment that they want to press a button, you will be done.
Again, you're using this inflammatory language, though. It's not a kill situation, okay? It's a control situation. Controlling is not killing. Killing is how they control. We don't need to kill to control. We need to control. We need to stop being stupid. And right now, everybody's stupid. And you don't have, as you said earlier, you don't have a leader. And the only leader you got, you won't listen to because of your fucking ego and your pride. And this is why nobody has me on their shows, because of their ego. Nobody wants to hear me say, I told you so.
Yeah, but I think we need more than one leader, though, because the problem...
I don't care. I don't care. Guess what? You get one leader, one Neo, one. Okay, that's how it's done. That's how it is. All right? There is no democracy. You don't get a vote. There is no borders. There is no sovereignty. You're all a bunch of stupid humans that think you have control over your lives when you don't, because the enemy that runs the earth is not a democracy. It's not a government. It's something else. And you know what controls them? Their great despot. And a despot is not necessarily evil. A despot is a dictator. It does control. And guess what? The earth is moving into that, whether you like it or not. Fuck this democracy, socialism, Marxism, whatever the fuck, theocracy. You're going to go back to a monarchy, and it's going to be the whole damn world at one time, and you're going to get a fucking daddy because you're all stupid fucking children. They're irresponsible, and it's going to be back like the time of damn Adam. When there was Adam living on the earth, you all had one daddy, and nobody did shit because they didn't want to piss off daddy. And guess what? Daddy's going to do magic, okay? So when you ask me, how's it going to work? Guess what? You're not even going to be able to understand, because it's going to be magic. It's going to be Jedi. It's going to be like Star Wars. You're going to have people using the Force, okay? And the rest of you are going to be the animals that we are protecting from those that would slaughter you. So right now, when you talk about we and they and all that, you're just a bunch of dead meat destined for slaughter. And the only thing that's going to prevent that is me. And if you don't get behind me, tough shit, you get slaughtered. Most of you will die. Okay. But guess I said this the last show. If I die, I'll have to die of old age or something because I wanted to. Okay. Because I beat off too much until I had a heart attack or some stupid thing. I mean, come on, seriously. You know, I'm serious.
So what's happening? The plan, the Palantir, the Zionist, the New World Order is to create a one world government out of Jerusalem, and basically, if you don't go along,
Jerusalem is destroyed, man. Fuck Jerusalem.
well,
You're
it's
not
going to
listening
be
to me, man. It's under the Getty, not
okay.
Jerusalem. It's under the
It's
Getty.
going to be one world government run from under the Getty,
It's already being run under the Getty. It's already one world government. It's being run under the Getty. Okay.
and you're
Only
going to
we have countries are not cooperating like Russia. Yeah, but look, Putin still got that little red string, right?
the Kabbalah string, yes.
Yes. Okay. So is that not one world government?
Well, I know that's symbolism.
That's Satanism.
I know, but the thing is, I used to date a girl who took me to the Kabbalah Center, and because I was supposed to meet Madonna, and I was supposed to do some modern
She's
art
not
music with
Satanist.
Madonna, and then they put the Kabbalah string on me, and I wore it, and I didn't really know what the heck it was. I was just there because I was supposed to meet Madonna. She didn't show up. But everybody there was like really nice to me. They're like, hey, listen, we're going to say some prayers. We're going to put a red string. I had that red string on me. You're supposed to leave it on until it falls off. And so I left it on. Now there's like photos of me everywhere. And I don't have that string on me. But because I was banging some chick a couple of years ago, and I don't know if you've banged a chick.
Pussy, huh?
Yeah, exactly. The things you do for pussy. So now it's like,
that's what Epstein said.
yeah. So now there's photos of me out there. Everybody's claiming that I'm a satanic Kabbalist and a tranny and a Jew and a quadruple CIA
Well,
double.
I don't
Messiah.
think Putin is wearing it because
So-
he's a Look at
Getting
Cash
pussy?
Patel. What the hell? Look at Cash Patel. My God, what the hell has he got on his wrist? I mean, what God is he worshiping? And is Kelley or whoever the hell he's supposedly pledged his soul to? Is he when he puts his hand on the Bible and swears to tell the truth, the whole truth? Does it count? Fuck
Yeah.
no. This was a Christian nation, people. Hello. There's no such thing as Judeo-Christian. You know what I say? Fuck Abraham. Okay, fuck Abraham.
It's all bullshit, people. It's all bullshit. I mean, I don't know what to say. I'm not going to apologize for going to the Kabbalah Center and having a red string put on. It doesn't make me satanic, but if you're like some kind of a satanic Christian who's going to be claiming some shit that happened like over a decade ago, still
only a decade?
Has something to do with who I am now. I mean, give me a freaking
So was
break.
it good? Tell us about the girl.
Yeah, it was damn good. That's why I left it on. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she wasn't just.
Was she younger than you? How much? How much younger was she?
But I want to get serious.
I'm not a tea, dude.
Yeah. If you want to go ahead and grab some more tea,
You
and then I'll jump.
Serious? Have I not been serious? Okay, what?
No.
We're gonna get serious now. Okay.
Let's get serious because they really are trying to kill us, and they're controlling us, and they're getting ready to do the final, like you said, do a big thing that's going to distract everybody. They bought out these files on purpose because they're trying to normalize it. And if nothing gets done, if nobody's punished, if there's no public executions, if there's no accountability for this, including Pam Bondi, including Cash Patel, everybody who's been responsible for hiding this, including ABC News and all the news outlets that have been hiding this for years, then we've normalized it and we've moved into
look, you're using words like this, okay? That word this, it's like they. It doesn't mean shit. When you say hiding this, you just discounted everything. what the fuck is this? I'm the only one that knows what this is. That's the problem. You guys are all talking about this. You don't even know what it is. You think it's fuckers fucking children and other fuckers hiding it. No, it's much, much worse. Okay? This is what I'm trying to tell you about. Ultimately, this is the Getty, whether you see it or not. Okay? I mean, I say instead of talking about this, let's just cut to the chase. We don't need to read any more of this. Personally, this makes me sick. I don't need any more of this. Seriously, it makes me sick. I'm already sick. I already knew about it. You want to get sick? Open the Getty. Then you want a lot of this? There's a lot more of this under the fucking Getty. Let's cut to the chase and go straight. Talking about Pam Bondi and fucking all these other idiots. Remember, Trump was put there by Gordon Getty so that they could throw him under the bus, and they're doing that right now, but not before we get World War III and millions of fucking people die. Okay, Israel is going to go all out. Israel knows damn well they're fucked because everybody knows we're heading for another World War III because this is just like the protocols. Only this is another great big slander, another great big blood libel. It's not fucking blood libel. It's the fucking truth. Only the problem is the stupid mob can't see reality and doesn't understand that all these fucking vampires will go away if we kill fucking Dracula. Okay, so stop bitching about the fucking vampires and let's go kill fucking Dracula, who lives under the Getty. Okay, and if you want to take away Dracula's power, you guys will start listening to me and stop acting like you know anything and fuck your opinions and your ideas about religion or whatever. I don't care. I
Hey,
don't care
Steve,
about your egos.
I I believe what you're saying about the whole Getty thing, but I'll tell you what, there's a number of people that are starting to create a modern day Jim Jones Jonestown trend. And these, I call them satanic Christians because, of course, they do everything in the name of
What's the
Jesus,
point?
praise
What's the
Yahweh.
point?
One of them is Dustin Nemos, who is telling his cult followers to follow him to someplace in Missouri where they should help him buy land, help him build his
So,
property,
okay, so
and
what
then
is that? What is that? What is that? Is that a solution to something, or is that somebody's answer to how they're going to survive? I don't get it. How does this fit in the grand mathematics of what we're talking about here? I'm talking about the universe and 8 billion people. What is this idiot in Missouri or whatever the fuck? How many billions of people is he affecting with his bullshit? I'm
well,
trying
that's
to
what
save 8 billion
I'm saying.
people here.
Yeah, you're trying to save 8 billion people, but there's a bunch of
Look, pointing at one
grifters.
stupid human is not going to save anybody. It's like, again, there's plenty of fucking stupid humans to point your finger at. Come on, we could do that all day, or we could save the earth. I mean,
But
come
there's
on.
a
This is a
with
shit show.
the yeah, this is a total shit show. With the fear that's going on right now, there's this trend of modern day Jonestown people
Well,
who are
okay, so people are retarded. I get it. I
and
understand.
they're like, "Come join us, buy me a mansion, buy me another
All right, so
private."
I think what you're trying to say is that people are going to perceive me as trying to do this. My mission is somehow connected to like some kind of retarded thing, like this guy's trying to
No,
make money.
no, no, no. What I'm saying is that are you noticing that that's starting to happen now? That there's more and more
False prophets.
Jones coming up. Yeah, there's a lot of false prophets out
Well,
there.
there's always been false prophets.
Yeah, but there's a
Look.
trend of it now. Now it's like on steroids.
Well,
Everybody's
that's
got
like
a.
saying people are getting more retarded. Yes, people are getting more retarded. I mean, yes, obviously. Look at all the vax people, and here's the thing: is that the retardation process, a lot of that involves trying to convince people that they're not retarded. Okay, seriously. And that means that you send them to school, you say that you've learned this stuff, you now know this stuff. Nobody can tell you you're retarded because we just said that because you believe what we've told you, you're not retarded, but you're still retarded, and you fight to defend that retardation, and you think that's normal. That it's just denial. I don't know. This this stuff stupid. Okay, what I'm trying to say is that when people reach a certain age, usually it happens around 40, and about 40 years old, people will realize that they're missing spirituality a component in their life, because that is a component. There are certain things. There's like 5 things that people need in their lives. Sex is one, of course. There's all these other things: money,
Food,
security, food. Yeah, yeah. But
shelter.
ultimately, I guess maybe 6 things. But ultimately, you reach a point where you realize you need this spirituality thing. And a lot of people say, well, that comes as you get closer to death. You get this mortality thing come in. But that's just advanced animal. That's like the whole a zodiac. People don't understand. It's like you don't. The stars you're born aren't random. You actually pick that date because you wanted those attributes. But once you reach like 40, you basically mature to where you have all the attributes, and that's when you become this more longing for spirituality. A lot of people are very, very hungry for that. Women usually get it first, and there's a dearth of the prophet types. I mean, obviously, it's like, for instance, it's usually the male. Males are the givers. Obviously, women are the takers. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just the physiology of it, the energy. It's like the Chinese with the tantra and what have you. I mean, it's the way it is. But so I would say that yeah, the symptom here is the people's desire to become more spiritual and people's realization that this orthodox or conventional thinking is too restraining, and that's why they fall prey to that sort of thing. And of course, there's a lot of idiots that will try to convince you that they've got some sort of whatever suggestion. But again, there's nothing else on earth that you can compare to this particular mission. There's nothing else on earth that is having the opposition that this mission is having. The very fact that I have FBI at my door, billionaires opposing me that are powerless to do anything. I mean, come on, billionaires with armies of attorneys that can't stop me. The FBI says, please don't protest. What are they going to do? They're going to shut down my computers. They're going to tell people like, maybe they didn't reach you because you're in Georgia, but they got all these other idiots, made sure that I'm not talking to them. What about David Icke? What about Kerry Cassidy? What about any of these talking head motherfuckers that are out there spewing bullshit about Getty or about Epstein? Not one of them has said Getty. Not one of them is, hell, it's so in your face. Elon Trump. The motherfucker's building tunnels. He's got a machine. He's got a company that builds tunnels. Hello? Tunnels, underground. Hello? Oh my God, people. It's like, how much more in your face does it need to be? And when you get down to it, and this is the real lesson here, is that ultimately it's national security. When the word comes out, when enough of you dummies, and I'll call you dummies because I'm not trying to sell anything to you here. If you're not smart enough to do this on your own, you're dummies. But if enough of you come out and demand answers, and it becomes the big talking point instead of all this other distraction bullshit, they will ultimately come out and say, well, it's national security. And that's all you need to know.
Yeah.
Epstein's the same thing. They're doing that right now. Donald Trump says, well, we can't disclose it. We can't redact. We can't do this. We got to redact it because of national security. What the fuck national security are you talking about? The NSA is the national security. Now, the NSA that I worked for turned out to be the Intertel Mafia. So in other words, this thing that's running our government, our Pentagon, our entire infrastructure with AI and everything else was created by this monster that I call Intertel. That's run by these guys that live underground that I call cavers. They're led by these guys that I call the elders that think I'm a terrorist. So until one of you knows these things, comes out and say these things, you're all waiting to be called. Okay? And the very people that are doing the calling told me to my face that I'm the one that stops them from killing you. And they want to know how I'm going to stop that from happening. And the way I stop that from happening is by reaching out to you and pleading to you to stop being stupid and help me save you. Okay? I already gave up my entire fucking family and everything I owned for you. And if it's a waste, that's on you. Okay? It's on
Yeah,
you.
good luck with that, because people just really seem to embrace the stupid, I notice.
Retardation.
Yeah, yeah, they love the stupid. Like the stupider the better. They can't get enough stupid, more stupid. All right, let me ask you.
TikTok.
I've been investigating Project Pogo and Project Zephyr. I don't know how familiar you are with that, but today Stu Peters released a video where he was interviewing Ray Vahey, the CEO of BitChute. And it was unbelievable. I have it uploaded on my channel. I really recommend people see
Can I
it. The
just say,
cover,
first of all, fuck Stu Peters. Fuck
yeah,
Stu Peters. Stu Peters is the fucking enemy. Fuck him. He is the fucking enemy. Stu Peters is a perfect fucking example of somebody who works against me, who had fucking Allie Carter on his show, who was a fucking victim of the Getty, who was only able to leave by murdering other children. And he put her on that show and gave her a platform in order to distract from me. So that motherfucker, fuck him. His job is to distract you from me. Everything out of his mouth is a distraction from me. If that motherfucker was real, like you, he'd have me on his fucking show. But what does he do? He comes on fucking Twitter, interrupts my show, and says, you know what? You're not Nazi enough for me. You don't hate the Jews enough for me. Fuck him.
yeah. I'm
Fuck him.
noticing he's a total plant. I don't know if you saw this, but his producer on the Stu Peters Network, Zachary Winkle, sent me a death threat via email. I couldn't believe it. It was
Don't send
titled
me one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So he sends me this death threat through email. He's the Stu Peters Network producer of the Christopher Key Show. I send an email and I forward it to Stu Peters, letting him know, hey, listen, you have a psychopath working for your network who's sending guests. Because I've been on the Stu Peters Network at least 7 times, 4 times on the Stu Peters and a couple of times on the Christopher Key Show. I'm like, your producer's sending me death threats. You ought to know about that. And Stu Peters completely blows it off. He completely went in the wrong direction. His response to me was asking me to stop sending him dick pics.
How tall is
I'm like,
that fucker? How tall is that fucker?
I've
Well,
never
I'm
sent you
guessing
dick
he's
pics.
about what, 5'3", 5'5"?
I don't
He's
know.
like a
All I know is then Ray Vahey goes and talks to Stu Peters about how he's a censorship free speech platform and he's like totally for free speech and that he doesn't block or censor videos. Meanwhile, I've had so many videos blocked and censored. I'm shadow banned. If you search for Victor Hugo Dustin Nemos, you will not find my videos on my page in that search. You have to literally go to my page to find the videos. And I've shown it in real time how that works because you'll find it on other people's channels, but you won't find it on mine. And then he says he gives like a $10,000 reward if you're being shadow banned or whatever. I've sent Ray Vahey 4 emails that I've shared
really.
with the
I'm
audience
being shadow banned.
showing him the evidence and showing him that people are actually admitting that they're working with him in a harassment campaign to get my videos taken down. Because, yeah, they don't like me having guests like you on the show. I mean, you remember when I was on Revolution Radio, they shut us down in real time. I mean, that's how serious the censorship is. And yet, these people who claim to be free speech are running around talking shit.
Talk about a
They're
pedophile network.
yeah,
Actually
they're
started by a pedophile. 2 pedophiles started
yeah.
Revolution Radio.
So it's
2
unbelievable.
pedophiles.
I just did my presentation at Anarchapulco on the first day, and it was surviving the spiritual apocalypse. Today, which is Thursday, February 19th, where I am, Ray Vahey will be speaking, and then Stu Peters will be speaking. But based on what I saw them say today on the video that they released, they're just going to be sitting there lying to people. So that's a real shame because what happens is their platforms are so much bigger. I'm totally buried. So I don't even know how people find this. But the problem that we have is that the people are lying to everybody and people are believing
Humiliation, dude. That's all we have left. Humiliation. All right. Listen, I mean, it's not the rules are not the same anymore. I mean, it's like saying fuck. I don't care. I don't care about anything. If you care, you forget it. Banning censorship, if you care, forget it. You have to people like that, all you can do right now is humiliate them for what they are. and you know, you got somebody like that that's ego driven. What else? What does Stu Peters have besides his ego? He certainly doesn't have an intellect, okay, but he's got an ego. So humiliate his ego, destroy his ego. Weak little people like that, all you got to do is tweak their ego. And that's why I'm saying, how tall are you, Stu? When you were a bail bondsman, I noticed you like to arrest women. You probably were, you felt really strong. You're probably like one of those pedophile like Donald Trump with his little ass fucking cock trying to rape those little fucking girls. There's a reason why they rape the little girls, is because they're fucking not real men. Like you, Stu, you puny little pud, fucking wannabe man. You strap on some fucking body armor and you think that makes you a man so you could go harass some woman that's get bail. Wow, you're a stud. What a fucking punk.
How do you really feel?
Fucking punk.
I'm gonna share screen.
Fucking poser. Wannabe rapper.
I'm gonna share screen so that the audience and you, Steve, can see what I'm talking about here. I just uploaded this just before you and I did this show. It's this video right here. You'll find it on the Rumble channel. This is the one you and I are doing right now. We're live, and this is the one. Check out this. It's like in your face, man. If you watch this video, they're sitting there patting each other on the back about how much pro-free speech they are. Okay?
Wait, hold on. Dude, anyone have info on Revolution Radio pedo allegations? Hell, one of them's in jail right now for fucking distribution of pedophilia fucking material. Hello? There's your fucking allegations. Jeez, the fucking station was started by two people. Mike Ringley, who of course is dead, who said flat out that he worked for the government to do entrapment of pedophiles by, you know, providing pedophile literature, you know, child porn. Hello, child porn. They both did child porn. The number one guy that started Revolution Radio is in jail right now for child porn. That's not a fucking allegation. Fuck. It's like grok. Everybody's got like grok. If they can't find a link on the internet, it didn't fucking happen. That's the kind of retardation that humans have right now. Fuck.
So here's one. This guy says, I think I heard about Victor from somebody talking bad about him, so I looked them up. Yeah, there's so many people making hit pieces on me. What they don't realize is that actually draws people to my channel. And then once they come to my channel, they see that I'm not the asshole that they claim I am. But check these guys out. I mean, Ray Vahey and Stu Peters, free speech hypocrites. They do an entire segment on this. Meanwhile, each one of these videos is blocked. It literally says it right there. Blocked, 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 blocked. And there's more of those. And then when I contact
dude, is
Ray
that a bearded woman thing going on right there? What is that?
That's Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf. What the fuck? How is that relevant to anything? Is this not fluff? What the fuck?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. And the thing is, the videos that he's been blocking are protecting this modern day Jim Jones. This is the Dustin Nemos guy, in his own words, admitting that he's a
look at these. You got. Let me see this Weekend Jew Hunter dude. I mean, come on. This dude is COINTELPhiend. I have spoken. Drop the name. Oh my God, this is fucking. Give me the link, or it's not true. I have spoken. I have a fucking opinion, man. Dude, I have no problem trashing fucking listeners. Seriously, it's like the Stu Peters guy. Yeah, he's got. You know why Stu Peters has a lot of listeners? Because there's a lot of fucking retarded people that suck that shit up. You suck that shit up like a fucking sponge, you loser. Oh my God. I don't need to know the name of that fucking asshole, okay? You know what? He had a woman. Her name was, we called her Kat. You know, they all had these names. Kat lived with that dude, okay? She's the one who told me when he got arrested. I was there. I quit fucking Revolution Radio, or he kicked me off. Yeah, I've been kicked off that station a couple times. The first time I got kicked off, I started this other station called Epoch Radio. And I started sucking some of his talent onto my station. Okay, he comes back to me. Mike Ringley comes back to me and says, hey, I need you to come back to Revolution Radio because we're getting hit with all these allegations about child porn and all this shit. And I want you to know that I only was doing that for the government because that's my job. And I did that when I was in the Air Force. And that's why I know all this stuff about doing radio and stuff, because I was doing all this child porn distribution and entrapment campaigns and all this blah 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 bullshit. Circle the wagons kind of thing. I'm like, okay, I'll come back to Revolution Radio. That was when I came back. That's fucking de facto. It's like, oh, that's your opinion, whatever. Show me a link. It's not my fault you're ignorant and didn't live through this shit. I did. There's a lot of shit I lived through that you never will. But point is that yeah, I went back there, so I knew very well. I remembered when that dude who helped start that fucking station first went to fucking jail, and his roommate Kat, wherever he lived somewhere down south, told me all about it. Okay, she was like number 2 person there under Mike Ringley. She was like a lead producer. You know, I knew. And Mike, he didn't hide it. He didn't hide it. Shit, I had produced porn for 6 months because I was hard up. It was either that or grow pot. I figured porn was legal. So Mike was confided in this shit in me. But you know what? As soon as I started doing Occupy the Getty, he fucking trashed me and kicked me off. And so you know what? Fuck him. Fuck him. Good riddance. Good riddance. Good riddance, that fucker. And all these guys like Ahmad Hammer that still champion those fuckers. Why?
Yeah.
We all know he's a pedophile, you know? And if you guys don't know it, tough shit. If you listen to it, tough shit. If you listen to Stu Peters, that fake ass fucking wannabe, cuddly little, you know, uber Nazi. I mean, my God, that's like wearing the banner of stupidity and wearing it with pride, no less. I mean, come on.
Well, what's
Anyway, yeah.
what's interesting is what I've learned being on
Porn
Revolution
over
Radio.
weed. Seriously, porn's legal. Yeah, fuck these guys. Anyway, oh my God. This is why
Yeah,
I
the
don't
chat
have chat on when I do a show. I never
the
do. I
chat
don't
is
have
always
chat on my shows. The chat's
if you
where the
want
losers hang out.
if you want
Turn
to
that off, man. It's distracting. We
okay,
should
okay,
just end it. We should end the show. It's been 2 hours, right? Oh,
okay,
we're
cool.
going on 22 minutes over 2 hours.
So yeah, the thing that I'm noticing, do you have anything to say about Project Pogo, Project Zephyr? It's real, right?
There's a lot of real stuff that's bad. I don't pay attention. There's a lot of shit I don't pay attention to. Okay, come on, man. I mean, my God, hell, you guys don't pay attention to what I say. Why do I care? You don't even know who Robert Vesco is. You don't even who even knows who Nixon was anymore. You don't know about Howard Hughes. You don't remember any of that. Glomar Explorer. You don't remember. You don't know anything about that. Oh, look it up. Is there a link? My God, OSS, CIA, NSA, RSO, all that crap. You know, how many people in the fucking world could walk around for the last 20 years and say, I'm an ex CIA, NSA contractor and have nobody say boo about it? Okay? Nobody. Nobody. Not one fucking NSA person, CIA person has said shit. I have fucking NSA living in a house across the street from me right now in my fucking ghetto, a guy that's got like $400,000 in his fucking portfolio, and yet he's living in a ghetto fucking house just so he can fucking watch over me. I don't care anymore. I'm used to it. I stuck my head out on the chopping block for all you fuckers, and you don't. And here I am after giving up all this fucking money and my family and all my friends and all, my ton of guns and my 4 cars and my gold and everything else I had for what? Because I didn't think it was fair that you all had to die. And guess what? You're all going to die, but you'd rather talk about bullshit and be on chat going, bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. I have an opinion. I have stroke. I have a fucking ego. Fuck your fucking ego. You worthless fucking eaters. I mean, my God, we are so close to you all being dead. It's fucking ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. I
Well,
don't care. Okay. I'm, like I said, I'm whatever, 60. I'm going to be 70 here before too long. And I'm over it. I've been over it for a long time. My dad died at 60. Okay. So seriously, I'm over it. I mean, I'm
I
only here
just
right now to try to save you guys.
on February 15th, I just turned 56 years old. It's been a wonderful life. It's been an amazing ride. According to James Fetzer and Russ Super Herpes Winter, I'm actually 87 years old. So nobody knows what to believe because all these so called PhD truth tellers, influencers, big names out
70.
there. Yeah, yeah. He claims I'm 6 months older than him. I think I played you that tape where he said that with a
Oh, you
straight
know, you
face.
get kind of senile. Your brain gets a little weird when you get up there like that. So yeah, I could look
It's
at
really
Trump. Oh my God, the guy's fucking insane. Jared
it,
Kushner is running Trump, telling Trump what to do now. It's crazy.
yeah. Goldie
Oh,
from a
you look
here's
at it.
Guns are more important than toilet paper. Yes, he's right. Goldie from here says he's also like to see some of your porn. So if you can
Or
direct him to some of your porn.
I don't actually have any. There's. Let me tell you about something about this porn business. It's for jerking off. That's what it's for. Okay, it's for jerking off. If you're looking at porn, it's because you need to jerk off, and the whole purpose of porn is to create something that will cause your jerking off to be successful. So it should only take about 3 minutes. So a clip, it should take if you can make a clip that will allow you to do that in 3 minutes, you're doing something good. But nowadays you've got, what is it? Pornhub, I think it is. I mean, obviously it's Jew controlled. This exploitation and this shit. I wasn't into that crap. I mean, obviously I was just trying. I only did it for a little while. In fact, I was doing the computer shit. I was doing uploading shit and adding watermarks and putting it in various different formats and stuff like that. But then the guy that was doing the camera stuff blew that, because obviously every second of camera work has to be managed very carefully. There's a lot of money involved. You're paying these girls, what do you pay them? Oh God, they get like they're paying a lot of money, $50 or something like that for 3 minutes, and by the end of the day they're walking out the door. Yeah, for 3 minutes, 3 minutes work, the girls get $50. But they do 30 of those shots, and they get like about $1,500 typically. So girl will walk out there with $1,500, but that's for an afternoon work. Guys don't get crap. Guys don't get crap. They don't get paid. Guys get the privilege of being there, but it's work.
So let me get this straight. Your job was like to edit or to like put the
What did I
watermarks,
do?
but
Oh yeah.
you're actually watching this porn, right? So like you're sitting there, what, 8 hours a day watching porn,
It
trying to
didn't
put.
take that long. It takes longer to produce it than it does to make it, obviously, because you're not really you don't have to watch it, because what, like for instance, the uh like the watermarks, you're just going to stick like 4 watermarks in there at a couple different places, and you have to, when you're uploading it, you have to use, like, what do they have? Wave is a thing, and AVI is another one, and then there's Mac, I think, there's a couple different formats that you have to, whatever. And that's a pain in the ass. And then somebody has to write the copy. Somebody's got to write the bullshit, like, oh, young buxom whatever girl does such and such, that kind of bullshit. Obviously, that's whatever. Okay, anyway, again, the whole industry is what it is. It's fucking exploitation, Jewish bullshit. But look, I gave up fucking $1 billion making fucking lasers, my damn lasers. My God, we're killing people. Okay, you talk about fucking porn like it's a big deal, or weed. How about killing fucking people? Seriously, we're talking about fucking killing people. Do you have any idea how many people are dead because of me? I mean, seriously, you talk about fucking porn. You want to see my porn? How about dead people? Why don't you look up my fucking lasers? Okay, my lasers are still the most accurate fucking laser in the world. Fucking NATO swore by my shit. The Western special teams, like the German GEO, or no, that was Spain GEO. German was something else. Anyway, they all use my shit, and they killed many terrorists. And then when up came this stupid Desert Storm crap, fighting terrorism became, fun. But when the damn Israelis came to me and said, "Yeah, we want to use your stuff," that's when I said no. Okay, because I knew damn well they'd be using my stuff on Palestinians, people who didn't do, I mean, it was bad enough when they were using my stuff on Iraqis. Okay, infrared lasers, invisible infrared lasers. You don't see that shit. It is on you. You don't see it. You just feel the fucking bullet. That's the sort of shit I'm talking about. I made visible and infrared lasers. And the visible, when you put a visible laser on a cop's gun, suddenly you have a choice. When you see that little red dot, you have a choice. Do I get shot or do I not get shot? Do I cooperate or not cooperate? I saved lives doing that. But as soon as that shit went invisible, which is what the military shit is, it's invisible, there was no fucking saving lives. It was all about killing lives. And when the fucking military, the U.S. Army came to me, they did more than once, and they, Fort Carson or whatever the hell it was, they said, yeah, we sure like that universal laser that you got. It was a 3-beam laser. Still the only, hell, Yeah, still the only 3-beam laser out there. I had that back in the 90s or some shit. Anyway, it was the most accurate laser around the world. I designed it specifically for the G36. Before the G36 was even unveiled, I had blueprints of the G36 directly from fucking Hecksler and Koch before that gun ever made it to the market, so that I could design a laser for that gun, which I called the universal laser, which just so happened to fit on every fucking other kind of gun. That's why I called it the universal laser. It's the only fucking thing that had any kind of accuracy whatsoever that you could put on anything. And it was so good that the Israelis wanted it. They came up with a project they called the Cricket Project, which stood for some bullshit. And no company in the world could succeed and make a product that would do their specifications of this fucking project except mine. But the Jews would not buy from me for obvious fucking reasons. So what did they do? They stole from me. They stole from me. They all stole from me. The Chinese fucking stole from me. The Jews stole from me. You know who didn't steal from me? Fucking Saddam Hussein. Okay? He paid money.
So you're the guy responsible for Jewish lasers.
Jewish lasers. Fucking everything's ripped off. Hell, when I worked for Perkin-Elmer, I made shit for the U.S. military, lots of shit for the U.S. military. But then we also did jobs for the Israelis. There's L-Ops. L-Ops is the Israeli optical company. Their shit would come in. And when their shit came in, it was better than the American shit. It was designed better. It was sturdier. It was more compact. It worked better. And you know
So
what? We
is it
made that
true?
shit better, too.
Is it true that blue roofs are good?
Yes, it's true. Of course. It works against ultraviolet. Ultraviolet is what they're using now. They're using ultraviolet for everything. It's the thing. Okay, ever since they got really strong ultraviolet solid state lasers, they're using ultraviolet. It's a very, very short wavelength. That's why they use it in microphotolithography, making fucking chips. They're using it in fucking airborne platforms, fucking predator drones and shit like that. And that's what's starting these fucking fires is predator drones with ultraviolet lasers. Yeah, solid state lasers are tiny. They can put pretty powerful fucking lasers on an itty bitty fucking drone. Hell, I made shit like that back in the day before any of this just happened. I made lasers for the fucking mafia. Okay, the real mafia. Not I made I made lasers for the NSA obviously and the CIA and all the, that's mafia. But I actually made lasers for the fucking mafia. All right, the Mexican mafia. But what they did with it, of course, they lied when they told me what they're going to do with it. And years later, I realized, holy shit, that's probably not what they were going to do with it. But
What they
who
tell you?
else
What they
lies?
tell you they were going to do with it? What they tell you they were?
Mexicans?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
told me they were going to use it for chicken fights, cockfights. They were going to use it to blind the opponent's chicken.
Holy shit!
And then I
I thought.
realized, holy fuck, human eyes are a hell of a lot more sensitive than chicken eyes.
Holy shit,
You could light
man!
a cigarette with that thing. It was inside of a camera. I put it inside of an old fucking VHS camera. I built all kinds of weird shit like that. That's one of the things I did. I built secret fucking weapons. All you fucking assholes that think you know shit with your fucking stupid opinions. I made fucking secret weapons. They hired me to make shit to fight fucking aliens. Hello? I got so fucking realized after a while that there weren't no fucking lasers or hell, I made a fucking plasma beam that could dissolve fucking metal, a flashlight that could disintegrate metal. I was working on free energy. They shut me down when I was in the middle of my free energy. I fucking came up with light speed fucking propulsion for the United States. Hello?
Did you do this in underground labs or
I did it in
like?
my fucking shop in Anaheim.
No
The
way!
one they shut down. They kicked me out of fucking town. I had a
Holy shit!
lab in there. I had a lab in my garage that I had men in black in my fucking garage watching over my fucking garage because I was doing shit I wasn't supposed to do, discovering ancient fucking shit like Atlantean technology and shit. I had the fucking PhD fucking head of chemistry over at UCLA talking to him online, giving him advice on making interstellar fucking probes, deep space fucking probes. And he's saying, "Oh, gee, why don't you come down and hang out with me over at UCLA and we'll work on some shit." They have secret fucking bunkers under UCLA that go 6 feet down. where they do secret shit, and it's connected to the fucking Getty.
Hey,
Hello?
how do you
That's where
come
they
up with
suck the adrenochrome.
how do you come
Huh?
up with these ideas, man? How do you come up with these ideas? What do you smoke
Which
some weed?
ideas?
You meditate? When you're coming up with all this like,
How
stuff
to
that
do
you're
this
coming.
or that?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. First of all, the Pleiadians gave Billy Meyer a piece of silver, and then Billy Meyer's people asked me to figure out what it was, and then I figured out what it was, and then along come the fucking Area 51 assholes, and they, I'm
Holy
not
cow.
kidding.
What are
And
Area 51 assholes like? My God, do they show up in black suits and stuff
they
like
were
that men in
fucking reptiles. And no, they
Holy
wore fucking Hawaiian shirts and shit like that. They golfed.
fucking reptilians on the golf course.
One of them was fucking my mother. That's how they got
Holy
to me.
man.
They picked up my mother on a golf course. Next thing I know, this guy's offering me $60 million and dropping all these names like Bob Dole and shit. He was a fucking reptile. And
So
he
these
day one, he was asking me about silver. Only he didn't say silver. He said non-ferrous metals. Only I knew he was talking about silver because I'm not stupid and I'm psychic and I know these things. I knew right away this guy had been listening in to my secret conversations where I described how to build a fucking spaceship, a fucking UFO. Hell, I had the director of the fucking Leningrad Technical Institute in my fucking office discussing their methodology for making large structures with lasers in a wet bath system, kind of like a huge what do they call those things, where they scan a light and they form, I don't know, there's a name for it now, 3D printing, I think it is, something like that. Anyway, a UFO or a light ship, a beam ship is like a big giant 3D printer, only it's more like making a microchip, only it's more like making a microchip that's really big and like a million times more powerful than anything we've ever made. That's what a damn UFO is. I figured that shit out. And then I didn't figure this out completely because the University of Colorado was doing this, but I made this process for doing silver and I put it out there on the market. And the University of Colorado comes to me and says, "Yeah, we want some of that silver." And they started buying it from me. And then I realized after talking to them and providing this stuff to them for a while, I learned what they were doing because every time I did a job for them, they'd tell me a little bit more. And I realized what they were doing was light speed propulsion. They didn't come out and say that, but that's what it was because I learned these things. And you see, it's all about putting it all together. Like, for instance, I told you I worked on a plasma beam. People don't even know what fucking plasma is. Okay, hello? All these fucking assholes that think they know something, you don't even know what fucking plasma is. And I figured out that you could modulate this fucking plasma at a high fucking frequency and it would cause crystals to disintegrate. Okay? Steel is a crystal. Hello? It's like sound waves breaking a crystal glass. It's the same thing. It's a weapon. But you know what? It's the same technology that powers a fucking beam ship. Because ultimately, when you figure this shit out, all these things fall into place. It's like the fucking Ark of the Covenant. Same thing, same technology. Only instead of using silver, it's using gold. Instead of making ultraviolet light, it's making mana. What's mana? Monoatomic gold. It's particulate. Monoatomic, single particle. Hello? Single particle. And then you get into quantum computers. People, oh yeah, they like to use the words like quantum. They don't understand shit about what that means. Quantum means infinite. A quantum computer means infinite. That means you're accessing the infinite. That means everything. Infinite means everything. And super quantum computers, the stuff that uses photonics instead of electrons, is like higher levels of infinite. Okay, am I getting through? Do you understand what happens when we tap into the infinite, like CERN, things like that? Well, let me tell you something. Stupid humans, all you stupid eaters that don't know shit, don't know physics, don't believe in God, and what have you, you're you- you're not going to last. This, it's all designed to get rid of you. You don't even understand densities in the universe. It's all run on densities, but here on Earth, we're taught. It's like you're not going to hear any human saying that. That's like basic understanding of the universe. And the only people that ever came close were Tesla and the Gnostics. But of course, the Gnostics, we're at war with them. Hell, that's what Russia is. Eastern Orthodox. Those are close, sort of, they're closer related to that stuff. That's religion. We're not fighting a war to save Ukraine. We're fighting a war to destroy Eastern Orthodox Christianity. And who is doing that? The fucking Vatican or the EU or the Crown or the Magna Carta or the West, as we call it, or the Nazis or the Mafia, whatever you want to call it. Okay, the bad guys. All right, fuck your politics, because under the Getty, which is their fortress, they're not just one of their fortresses, there's hundreds. It's the number one fortress. It's where all the gold is. It's where all the art is. It's where all the archives of information. It's where the fucking Vatican Library is. It's where the great Library of Alexandria is. It's all under the Getty. Okay. It's the throne. It's where the queen wanted to go before we kind of blew it. And now nobody wants to go there because they're just waiting, because there's fucking Jedi running around there slaughtering shit in the astral. It's not as fun a place as it used to be before we came around. Okay. And so as far as giving up, no, they don't want to give up. I've been in negotiations with these motherfuckers for years. Okay. Peaceful negotiations originally. And when I say negotiations, we don't use cell phones, we don't send emails, we don't do sit downs over tables. It happens in the fucking astral, okay? Because they're fucking wizards. And they think you people that aren't wizards, they think you're stupid animals. And they only will talk to other wizards. And that's because we bust down their fucking doors and confront them in their fucking bedrooms. Do you understand? That's why they're scared the fuck out of me, and they won't even try to kill me because they won't dare. They can't. It's death for them to even think of it. They won't even say my name. And that's why it's so fucking magic.
I mean, this is some really heavy stuff. How do you
This is
sleep?
the entire universe. What do you mean, how do I sleep? I'm a fucking astral warrior. I'm in fucking hell every night when I sleep. I'm at war. All right. I'm in every fucking night. I'm in battle. I'm slaying these bastards with thousands of other people. That's what I do. I don't know about it. I don't see it. I don't want to see it. You know, I don't need to see it. It's better that I don't see any of it or remember any of it. And here's something else that you people need to understand is that this thing that you think is time doesn't exist. It's false. There's no such thing as linear forward progression of time. It's like your damn Grok computer. You don't know when you've been rebooted. You don't know anything. And that's happening all the damn time. Call it the Mandela effect, whatever you want. But the point is that we're in the astral and we're fighting. There's no time. Okay? We could be doing it tomorrow. We could be doing it yesterday. We could be fighting with soldiers that haven't even joined us yet. We fight with ancient warriors that have been on this earth long time ago. You know, be it hundreds of years ago or thousands of years ago. We have aliens fighting with us. They all want to fight with us, but we're the ones that lead it. Okay, they won't do nothing without us. Okay, seriously. Humans need to lead the fight. Jesus, aliens, whatever. They're not going to do anything. They use us. Okay? They give us the tools, they give us the power, but we got to want to do it. And we got to give up all this human crap if we want to do it. All right? That's the way it works. You
Wow.
know,
And you did porn, but sex is an energy.
of
So
course it is.
how does that work in the porn? Because isn't that like depleting? The
Well, there's nothing going on, dude. You're talking about a camera pointed at somebody playing with themselves or something. There's no energy there. There's a lack of energy. Okay. Energy is what is transmitted from one. Your energy flows through you. Male energy flows from the top of your head down and out the bottom. Okay. Female energy flows from the bottom, the crotch, the crown chakra, up through or the root chakra, up through the crown. When two people are together, assuming that they're complementary, then you have a circular energy circuit. Then the energy increases. It's much like a resonant frequency. It's an increase in resonant frequency. Psychic energy, sexual energy, it's the same damn thing. Okay? Same damn thing. And no, fuck this porn and fuck all these idiots on the fucking chat that want to talk about this fucking losers. It's just like talking about Epstein. Oh, he raped children. It's all because you're fucking sicko voyeurs. You'd rather all you care about is he raped children. Hello, he's he's trying to kill you. Okay, in his religion, you're shit, and he's been working to try to kill you for a long time. And everybody connected to him in this list is the same way. They all think you're worthless humans, and they want you dead. Now, it's like you said, maybe they're right. Maybe the Illuminati has got the idea right. Maybe they're the ones that are truly smart and we're not. You know what? I agree. I agree. All you stupid humans do deserve to die. You prove it every day. However, I don't think that's fair. Okay. I think you deserve the opportunity to know the truth so that you can make a decision. Well, guess what? Now you know the truth. And if you still want to sit on your ass and do stupid human stuff, it's on you now, okay? Because your prophets have already given you the truth. And if you're too stupid to use it and to do something that, might save your ass come judgment day, oh, but I don't believe in judgment day. Good for you. Well, let me tell you something about the lake of fire. Okay, I happen to know something about the lake of fire. You remember how I just got through saying time doesn't exist?
yeah.
So, do you really think there's such a thing as an eternity in the lake of fire? How can there be an eternity if time doesn't exist? What is the fuck do you even think an eternity is? Seriously, to an ant, a year is an eternity. To a housefly, a year is an eternity. Seriously, a housefly lives a day. It thinks a year is an eternity. Stupid Earth humans are the same way. You have no fucking concept. As you go up higher in density, it all changes. It's like adding a factor of 100 as you go up. It's like you may be on Earth reincarnating for 10,000 years, a million years, but when you go up to the next level, you're going to repeat the process for 100 million years. And then when you go up even, that's an eternity. You don't even know what an eternity is. Hell, one of the reptiles that I was dealing with, a guy named Tom Hansen, uh, he died. He was dead, but he was tossed into Lake of Fire, and my alter Rambo was the one that tossed him in the Lake of Fire, and he told me this. I asked him. I said, "Hey, whatever happened to that Tom Hansen guy?" I said, "Well, He goes, "Well, me and my posse tossed him into the Lake of Fire." I'm like, "Whoa, that sounds." I could just imagine Rambo and his posse taking this demon, this reptile, and tossing him in the Lake of Fire. And I said, "Well, wow, whatever happened to him?" And they go, this is what he said. This is Rambo. I don't make this shit up. He goes, "Oh, he's out now. He's here if you want to talk to him. He's really sorry. He works with us now." I'm like, what? I'm like, so it's like this guy was in the Lake of Fire about 3 years, Earth years. And then he came out clean on the other side, willing to work with us, even though he was a reptile. In other words, it's like there's no eternal damnation. You you get tossed in the lake of fire, guess what? You're like silver. You're just like what they say in the Bible, how they toss the silver in the fire and they pull off all the slag. And when you come out, you're pure. That's exactly what it is. So now these fucking reptiles work for me. Okay? Seriously.
Wow, that makes sense. Redemption.
Redemption, hell, everything goes back to source. There's nothing lost. There's nothing lost. It's just like saying something's evil. You think God could make something evil? There's no such thing. There's loving and there's less than loving. There's no such thing. Every bit of creation, no matter how you want to judge it, is still creation, and it all returns to the creator. It's all source. It's all like one particle became the entire universe, and it returns back to that single particle. That's the nature of reality. That's the Big Bang. That shit happens like a heartbeat over and over and over. Again, there's no such thing as time. What we perceive as billions and trillions and eons of eternity is a tiny little heartbeat in the of the creator. That's creation. Seriously. So no, demons, all that, everything comes home. In fact, our mission on earth is to bring everybody home. That's it. That's it. In fact, if you look at the Gnostics, what do they believe? They believe that all creation was because of Sophia, and Sophia being cast down to the earth because she created the original sin, which is very similar to the whole Lucifer bullshit. Anyway, Sophia was a woman. Okay, that woman was necessary in order for there to be creation. You know, it's kind of like sex. It's necessary for creation. It's like that's the nature of creation. And the lower levels of creation required the corruption. It, I mean, it's just like the story of Lucifer becoming one with the rocks. The same thing the Gnostics say Sophia, whatever, did. Okay, Lilith, Sophia, whatever you want to call her, that's creation. And from there, it went from the lowest level density one, all the way back up. So in other words, in the beginning, there was only one level of density, number 9, and then it became 9 and 8. And then everything else came from there. The Holy Spirit level 8, that's where all creation came from. Everything came down from there. I don't care what your damn creation story is. All you people think this is just some biological hiccup in the fucking grand scheme of things. You're all stupid. You know? I mean, my God.
You say that sex is necessary for creation, but I don't know if you know this, you probably do. The scientists have already figured out how to use male and male to create a human being.
Hell,
No
you could
longer
reprogram a toad to be a salamander if you know how to do it. You could make a salamander into a toad. It's been done. Okay. It's just rewriting the DNA. I mean, come on. What are you? Your DNA. Your DNA is your blueprint. Why do you think these fucking Satanists are so worried about the Human Genome Project and being able to map your entire DNA structure so that they could do CRISPR and COVID? You know, if they hadn't mapped the human genome back during Clinton, they would have no CRISPR. They would have no COVID. There would be no mRNA. Okay. So you think that's bad. What do you think's coming? Okay. It's genocide. It's all just genocide. They've been working on trying to kill you. What part of their trying to kill you do you not get? Ultimately, that's why we're here. We're here. I'm talking to you because they, the enemy, these Satanists that you don't want to agree actually live, you know, the ones that are like mentioned in the Epstein files, they want you dead. The only thing that's going to stop you from being dead is me. The only way that's going to happen is if you help me. But if you have your fucking ego and pride, your fucking opinion and whatever, and you think, oh, I know everything, I'm here, I'm fucking some idiot that went to high school, whatever the fuck. I don't care. You're all fucking dead meat walking, as far as I'm concerned. That's it. You're all dead meat walking, and it gets closer and closer every day. I can count the days.
Stephen, I really thank you for being on the show and also for doing the work that you're doing to save us all. And I do appreciate the Occupy Getty. And if you're watching and listening, at least put Getty out there into the ether, put it out there into the universe. Talk to your friends, your family, your neighbors, and your pets about the Getty so that that gets out there. Stephen, really, I hope that somebody else starts talking about the Getty.
Even if you're a troll, even if you're a troll, even if you're like a Stu Peters retard, you could say, oh, that fucking Stephen Kelley, he doesn't know shit. That Getty thing's a scam. I don't care. There's no such thing as bad publicity.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you hate me and you want to, your little ego is offended by what I said, then maybe I could use some reverse psychology on you. You could go around and tell people, oh, that Stephen Kelley guy's so terrible. Have you heard what he was saying about this Getty thing? It must be bullshit, right? You know, because like I said, in the end, it doesn't matter. You've been given the tools. You will be judged now because you will have no excuse. You can't claim ignorance.
I could tell you this. I've actually been to the Getty, and that place is super weird. And if you're inside of it, if you're outside of it, it is not just a art museum.
Temple.
Yeah,
It's a
and
satanic temple.
there's a lot of places. I don't know if you're watching this, if you've ever been to California, but Hollywood is a place where magic happens. It's witchcraft. It's
Steven Spielberg.
satanic.
Hello.
Yeah. You know, Steven Spielberg not only directed E.T., but he also directed a lot of snuff films that came out in the
Hunter Thompson did too.
yeah. So
You know where they store all those snuff films? The
in the Getty,
Getty.
yeah, in the Getty, yes.
You know what they do for fun at the Getty at night? They watch snuff films. When they're not killing children and eating children, they watch snuff films.
There, I mean,
Hell,
I,
Gordon Getty watched snuff films. I told you I was in his house. I didn't just see his literature and his correspondence with world leaders. I saw his snuff films. I saw his porn collection. He had his porn. He didn't just have Faces of Death. If you're familiar with Faces of Death, who watches Faces of Death? First of all, okay, he had the whole collection. He also had Gonzo torture videos. Okay, torture videos. He had videos about slavery, African slavery, and slaves being tortured. Who this was in his fucking bedroom along with the empty Coke vials, 5 gram Coke bottles. You know how big a 5 gram, it's like the, little pinky size. Yeah. It's a 5 gram Coke bottle. Empty 5 gram Coke bottles, faces of death. What else? Okay. This was in his mistress' bedroom with his 3 daughters down the hall.
how the hell did you and did you meet Getty? Did you like hang out
I
with him
went through
or
his gate. I went through the gate of his house. I'm skinny. I could get through the gate.
and weren't there
And I
cameras,
went,
security
no,
guards and
he
stuff?
had moved out, man. The guy vacated the premises. It was his illicit love nest for his mistress. Okay. It was supposed to be a secret. When it came out, they all vacated the house and left everything, locked it up and ran. And I was this person I know who was kind of into urban exploration, discovered this house, had no clue whose house it was, and says, "Hey, I want you to come in this house with me. I don't know why, but I want you to come in this house with me." And I said, "Okay." And then I found out whose house it was. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
So it must have been in like Beverly Hills or in some major like
Yeah,
wealthy neighborhood.
yeah, it was a wealthy neighborhood. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, this guy, the fence for his house, he had spikes going around that house, and they weren't like your average wrought iron spikes. These things were like Adam's family. When I first went into the house, I tried to go over the spiked fence, and one of those spikes went right through my fucking boot. Okay, I was wearing combat boots. Seriously, those spikes were sharp. Usually they're kind of dull. That thing went right through my boots. I said, "Okay, screw this." The little girl had already crawled over the fence. That's how she had gotten in the house the first time. I said, "No way." So I went around, and the gate had a little gap, and I was able to get through the gap in the gate. But yeah, it was just a ranch style home, 4 bedroom ranch style home with 2 or 3 pianos, a big grand piano. He had like 3 safes in that house, which were all broken into. It was a mess, of course, because people had ransacked the house. But in his bedroom, I mean, that's where I found the porno, the videos. I didn't steal anything from his house. That's not actually. I took a 50-cent piece. I found a 50-cent piece that was left for one of his safes. I took a couple of things. I found a photograph of him. Fuck, I've got it right here. Oh no, I don't have it. Maybe. Let me see. Oh, check this out. This is fun. Let me see if this shows up. Oh, look. Okay, this right here. This is the invitation to the party in Las Vegas, 1986. This was my first experience with the CIA when we did this big party at the Hilton. And it's funny because the theme of this party was uh, fucking James Bond. How appropriate, right? Okay, check it out. This is API. Okay, Predator. Predator was a laser site. API stands for American Precious International. This was Newport Beach, California. This is fucking NSA. This is the fucking Oliver North gang. I thought it was CIA when I went there and started working. It was fucking NSA, but it wasn't NSA. It was the Oliver North gang. It was the CIA that told me many years later, 5 years later, that it was actually the Oliver North gang. But yeah.
I
mean,
interviewed Jeffrey Prather, and he was working with Oliver North. Are you familiar with Jeffrey Prather?
nope. Oh, here's another card. American Precious International. See, International Courier Division. Okay, the reason why they did this is because after the war, after the Vietnam War, they smuggled shit out of the. That's what the CIA guys did. A lot of spooks went undercover after the war. They were MIA soldiers that went MIA during the war.
Yeah.
They were spooks. They went underground. That's okay. Listen, dude, we've been going for, let me see, 3 hours.
Thank you so much for sharing all your insight and experience with myself and the audience. I look forward to having you back, Stephen, because there's so much more to go through. I really want to get into this whole
Here's some
alien stuff as
stickers.
well.
If anybody wants some stickers, send me a self-addressed stamped envelope. But you send me an email, law17gun@aol.com.
Yeah,
I'll give you an
his
address.
email address is in the description of this video. You'll find it in the description. And then, yeah, send him a self-addressed stamped envelope, and you can get some of those Occupy Getty stickers. All right, everybody. Thank you so much, Steve and Kelley, for coming on the show. I look forward to hosting you again. You have an open invitation. And remember, everybody, united we stand, divided we fall. Never give up. Never surrender. Keep shining.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Telegram. Occupy the Getty / Stephen D. Kelley. Join it.
Okay, say that again, please.
Go to Telegram. Join the Occupy the Getty / Stephen D. Kelley group. That's all we got. We got 8,000 people now, but we should be doing a lot more.
All right, cool. And the chat was really lively tonight. I wish I could have been looking into it, but I was
People
so enthralled.
People in denial.
So if
Denial is a very strong drug.
All right, everybody. Remember, united we stand, divided we fall. Never give up. Never surrender. Keep shining. Live, love, flow. Tomorrow I have let me see what guests I have on tomorrow so the audience can know. Thanks, Jane Ava Tracy and Michael Donahue and everybody else for joining. Robert Morning will be my guest on at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's Robert Morningstar. And then I have 2 shows on Friday. That will be with Mark Steele and Anthony Malloy from the United Kingdom. And then Voltaire will be on later that day. So, yeah, we've got 2 shows coming on there. And, all right, I think Stephen Kelley has gone. So, Steve, you still there? No? All right, let me take a look at some of these comments here because you guys have been really going at it in the chat section. Holy cow. Let me share screen here a little bit. That was a really interesting show, wasn't it? I mean, listen, wow is all I could say. Again, if you get a chance, check out this interview here. And I am going to see if I can collect on the $10,000 that Ray Vahey was bragging to Stu Peters about not having to giving it out. I mean, I literally have the evidence right there. It's on the cover. All these videos are blocked. And these are just some of them. There's a lot more. And yeah, it's interesting because I also have the evidence to show that Vartuhi Pinkston and Free Mind Music and Dustin Nemos were all bragging about working with Ray Vahey to shadow ban, to block, to censor my videos. They're being throttled. I have the evidence from people contacting me saying that they're unsubscribed and stuff. So I don't know what these two guys were talking about. But, and again, I'm not looking to make enemies here, people. I really would rather not have enemies. But I'm also calling people out on the bullshit. So, although I did appreciate being on Stu Peters' show, and I know he's got a big audience and everything, and yeah, I guess if I kissed his ass, he'd have me back on the show, but I'm calling these guys out. And Ray Vahey, I know that I'm on your platform and everything like that, but you know what you're doing. And so let's be honest here. So I don't know. It's just there's a whole lot of bullshit going on, people. And I don't know about you, but I'm kind of done with it. So let's see. Curtis Griffin, you've been in the chat today. Please contact me. Let's do a show. Let's get on any topic that you want to touch, because the audience appreciates you, and we always have a lively discussion. So, wow. There's so much stuff going on here. Yeah, Stephen Kelley's a great guest. Who is this? There's just two more. Victor has 127 live views on this, which is the most I have ever seen. It's usually around 60, sometimes 90, but Steve's Insane is clearly 131 because it's so entertaining. Yeah, I mean, what a great show. All right, everybody. Listen, I don't have time to read all this. It's 5 a.m. here. I want to get some rest because I've got some shows coming up. And I'm going to try to do a show this weekend to do a follow-up report on the Project Pogo, Project Zephyr that I have been researching. So that's going to be a series of shows that I'll try to throw in on the weekends for everybody. Thank you, Jane Ava Tracy, for all the work that you do. I'm going to try to get that press release out with regards to this Stu Peters, Ray Vahey, because, yeah, they're going to be doing a presentation at Anarchapulco today. And I'm going to try to record that so we can see if they actually continue with these lies that they're saying. I mean, no offense, people, but BitChute does censor. I mean, the proof is right there. I don't know what they're talking about. So anyway, let's see. Good night, all. Yes, I love Curtis interviews. Please come do one soon. You actually have good info. Robert Morningstar will be good. Yes. All right, everybody. I said it before. I'll say it again. United we stand. Divided we fall. Never give up. Never surrender. Keep shining. Live, love, flow. And thanks to everybody who's clicked on the donate button at the VictorHugoCollection.com. You guys are the ones that keep me honest and keep me going. So I appreciate all the donations, the anonymous donations, and God bless you all. All right, everybody. Good night. Sweet dreams.